Welcome back, boys and girls, to Thirsty Therapy Neighborhood.
It's Star Wars.
Oh yeah, wait, damn it. In a galaxy far, far away, a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Thirsty Therapy was bringing you, well, straight alcohol, but soon to be cocktails and information. What not? I lost it. What not to be corrupted by the empire of blandness. Here we are. What the fuck? I don't know.
John, say something.
Billy,
John, help me.
Billy,
I can't see John tonight,
hold on.
everybody.
I can't get. I can see you. I see your outfit. I think we chose our names before the stream, and I think you took my character.
I know. I'm sorry. I absolutely panicked.
It's fine. I didn't dress up as anybody.
But you got you had a little bit of more Star Wars thematics.
Okay, well,
with it.
so they're always doing the light under dark or dark under light. So I got a white, whatever.
I like
It's a Star Wars symbol, but I'm not a particular character.
Hey, we all remember Luke in that rad pullover collar, the black. As soon as the collar came undone, there was just a little bit of white coming through.
Right.
Yeah, I felt it, which is why I scrambled 16 minutes ago because I felt what you were doing, and I had a sushi Hawaiian style shirt on. Just because it was sleeveless and it's hot as shit today. So all of a sudden I scrambled. I had to do something theme worthy now because I was I was feeling what you were doing. So I appreciate the push to get me in. Thank you for that.
Okay. Well, good. Yes, good. All right. Forget it. It's all good then.
Yeah, we're perfect. We're right where we should be,
what
except about the name thing. So sorry about that.
Oh my god. You're getting
Oh,
shocked.
good. We tried. Why Star Wars? What's going on tonight?
Well, you did the best lead-in when it came to our website, which was I handed Brie a drink that was bright green, and she was like, "Wait, what is this?" And just because it's on any of our minds because of the pandemic, I know everybody was all about Grogu or what was Baby Yoda for a hot minute before anybody knew his name or its name. And the Grogu Cooler was born. So all of a sudden you and I started talking about it. We were trying to come up with, do we do Marvel thematics or do we do, and I insisted on the Star Wars, right? You remember?
Yeah, you had Star Wars on the brain.
I did.
Grogu Cooler, and then all these other things came
right
from that.
Yeah, exactly. And I had it, oddly enough, or not oddly enough, by now, more familiar enough for you than anyone else. By now, I also had another cocktail in mind that I am not quite happy enough with to share with the world and with everybody and all our friends that show up for this. So I had something that I was thinking about calling a Tatooine Sandstorm that I'm still working on. Has potential, but it wasn't quite where we wanted it to be. So instead, we were able to fill its slot with a binary sunset. Maybe a familiar cocktail for a couple of you out there that have made it with me, but for all the rest of you, it's gonna be it's theme worthy for tonight for sure. Don't you think, John? When we talked about
Oh yeah,
it?
I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited. I've had that one before, and these other two look great.
I'm excited for those
yeah,
as well.
cool me down on this 100-degree day here in Portland.
Right? How hot is it at your place right now? What's at least guessing?
Well, I mean, my apartment's 78 degrees.
Right.
According to my geolocated watch, 104 degrees.
104
outside.
degrees outside? Okay. I think we're at 100...
108.
108? Yeah. We're a little bit on the hotter, in a hotter area. Yeah, shockingly so. My family in Arizona is yeah, it's cooler here than it is where you're at today. What the hell is happening? It's not global warming, for sure. But yeah, God's angry. I think maybe that's it. Get your shit together, everybody. Put it in a bag. Get it together. We gotta cool this. We gotta cool this thing off.
Alright.
All right, let's start talking about drinks.
In the meantime, we're drinking and cooling ourselves off.
Let's do it. I'm
Doing
excited.
what the CDC tells us not to do. Drink alcohol to cool off.
Oh yeah, that's like number one. Don't do this today. So if you are lucky enough to have air conditioning and or like they don't do swamp coolers here, but
Although I saw some like hats to make swamp coolers. Like
Yeah.
homemade swamp coolers.
we've done that. It works. It totally works. Better than nothing. That's for damn sure. But if you're lucky enough that you can have these drinks, yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be fun. Oh shit! I forgot something in the fridge. Always.
Blue says that AC's activated.
Woo! Thank goodness. I know we even put out the call that we had an extra little air conditioning if anybody needed it out there. So 103 outside at Lucis. It's all over the place, but you're in a nice spot. Yeah, that makes sense.
So weird. The variations interesting to me though.
Yeah, I think of surrounding zone, like plopping it to where, like I think our old house that we just sold would have been.
Cooler.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It always is.
Well, yeah.
By a few degrees. All right, so let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. All right, let's start. So we're gonna do the Sith Punch to start off with. I try to do, but yeah, I was thinking like red lightsaber when I thought of this. I'm gonna double my recipe because I'm splitting it with my lovely wife, or I'm not splitting it. I'm doubling the recipe, so she gets her own actually for this one. The first two cocktails actually happen to be not necessarily low ABV. Well, the first one is. Second cocktail is like mid ABV, not really that high. And then we'll finish off a little bit stronger of cocktail tonight. Always trying to build in our flavor profile. You know how we normally do, right, John?
That's right. Start off refreshing and end with deep, dark rooting.
Rooting. I love that. God, I wish I could see your face right now when you say things like that.
Trust me, it was hilarious.
I bet.
It was.
I
It's
bet.
perfect.
I bet. All right. So, John, you and we have a handful of guests out there or friends out there that have kits to follow along with us. Thank you all for showing up and hanging out. Lucifer, thank you for being here tonight. So we're
Here too.
Charge what's up? 106. Oh my gosh, how did I miss that?
Yeah.
And I have thank you for setting up my great viewing station so I can see everybody's comments. Crazy hot. Sorry, Tarts, hang in there. All right, so I'm glad that we're all able to like fill in. So we have or be here. I can't fucking talk. But the hibiscus syrup is what I was trying to lead into in a very, very awkward way. You all have some of this hibiscus syrup that I made for you. All we're doing is taking hibiscus flowers and making a really strong tea. This happens to be, it's not a 1-to-1, this is a 2-to-1 syrup for this, or almost a 2-to-1 syrup. It was starting to get a little too much. I want the tannins and the deep richness of it. You also get this fantastic amount of lemony, like citrus tartness from hibiscus. So I'm a huge fan of using it in a lot of cocktails. So we're gonna need a shaker for this. I like making it in champagne flutes or coupes will work just great. For some reason, I like the lift on this. This cocktail was created for somebody who hated bourbon. And I love coming back to it. In fact, I haven't had it in like 2 years. John and I felt like it fit this theme really, really well, and especially this time of year really, really well. And this particular cocktail. And so making it for just the photo shoot that I did where it was like light side and dark side fighting, of course I got to drink it because all of a sudden I had this brilliant idea that I could really drink them, you know, in succession and have like a, because I had enough pictures to show how I built it, so also how they battled, and each one ended up succumbing to me, in fact, in the end, of all worse.
Oh yeah, you. The drinks succumb to you. Yes.
Right. So I was the winner of all that. In the end, it wasn't the Grogu Cooler or the Sith Punch. It was me. But yeah, that ended up being a lot of fun. But as I tasted it, I was like, I'm really happy to be reintroducing myself to this drink because I really like the flavor profile of it. And it's pretty unique to me. I've never had that. I haven't had many bourbon cocktails that have, like, champagne cocktails that are utilizing bourbon. We've all had the French 75, which ends up being gin and lemon and champagne, but this one is a deeper, richer, darker taste, and that's definitely something in my area, right, John? You're familiar with my flavor profile.
Sounded dirty.
It did sound dirty, and I meant it.
What? Let's just get to the drink.
Yeah, let's make the drink.
All right, so
Sorry.
let's start with creme de cassis. So this is current liqueur, and it's adding a nice tangy, winey, tannic taste to the whole thing, and the most and a good amount of sugar as well. So we're just going to go 1/4 ounce of that.
Into a shaker. This is a shaken drink.
We're shaking this. Well, we're going to at least be shaking the first step of it, and then we're going to be topping the whole thing with
Right.
some sort of bubbly white. Next up is going to be the hibiscus syrup.
So people who got kits, I've got some of the kit on my end as well. Already portioned.
Shit, I forgot the bubbly white. No, I was hoping everybody got some bubbly white. If not, grab yourself some soda water.
Right.
He wasn't saying it.
Sorry, I meant is this a 1/4 ounce of
Everything else is already
cassis? Do I need to?
Yes.
Do I need to measure that? Okay, cool.
Bree's laughing around.
Hey, it is.
It is. Everything else is already
I
portioned.
I double checked.
Yeah.
It totally is.
It is portioned. Sorry if you didn't get bubbly. Billy just remembered that.
Well, no, I forgot. I was like, wait, I thought we communicated that, but I just like, wait. Anyway,
Who doesn't have bubbly?
a little bit of bubbly just laying around, right? At least some
Yeah.
soda water.
Yeah.
I will say for the photo shoot, I used part soda water because I ran out of the fresh bubbly that we had. This way a little bit. Solid. All right, so then we're going to do a 1/2 ounce of the hibiscus syrup. Make sure you hit it right to your lines, everybody. If you're using a jigger, otherwise, let's see, 1/2 ounce, almost 2 tablespoons. That's one. I should just stop.
I don't know.
All right, lemon juice. I want to do another 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. And again, everybody who got this, yeah, it's all portioned out for you. Lemons were, let's see, we're all good there. Then we're gonna we're gonna need 2 peels when we're doing these lemons tonight. One of them we're gonna use for garnish, and it's also gonna be a fun little science trick because we're gonna be able to tamper down the bubbles as we add the champagne to the rest of this cocktail. What's wrong? Did you know?
No, it keeps freezing on in studio mode.
Weird.
So you're frozen on the stream a couple times, but fix it. Just gonna
Frozen
be
the
diligent.
stream.
Diligent.
That's okay. It'll happen. Either way, we'll get tasty drinks. Make our way through it. The reason you're gonna need 2 peels is we're gonna do a regal shake for this. So 1 peel right now. Make it quick and easy. Throw it right into your shaker. Probably express it first. I should have, but mine was actually pretty thin, so I felt like it was gonna snap. And then we also want to do bourbon. John, what kind of bourbon did you pick for this?
I've got Old Forester, 100 proof.
Good. I feel better because I'm using 100 proof as well. I'm doing Wild Turkey 101, and I didn't have time or another bottle to put it in, so I'm using the handle.
Classic.
But hey, everybody who can get this is always a great standard. I keep it around for a lot, not only a lot of cocktails, but I also use it for bitters, for infusions. I'll mix this with Everclear or other really, really high proof alcohols. It's strong enough to hold up and still impart enough flavor onto the particular bitters that I'm trying to make. So between this and the Rye 101, yeah, I'm a fan. All right, we're only going to need an ounce. We're going to need an ounce whether you're using an 80 proof or whether you are using 100 or 101 proof. Either way, I think the original one was using a lighter bourbon, in fact. It might have been Bullet at the time that I was using at the time. Long ago.
I love 100 proof bourbon. It just stands up to citrus and whatever ingredients you throw at it.
Right, it doesn't get washed out. I will say I'm still a big fan of like Henry McKenna for a well and when you're making some, but you and I, and I do have to preface the fact that like we really enjoy cocktails and we really enjoy drinks and the deep, rich flavors of them. So that's why Henry McKenna I always think is like a really great well because it's a little bit lighter and it's still enough on the sweet side and it doesn't have to have the punch for the regular person who's just out from, out on their anniversary. That makes sense?
Especially
Well,
you said this drink was introducing someone to liking bourbon.
exactly, and I wanted them to like bourbon. Their partner loved bourbon, and they couldn't stand it. And I was like, that was my determination. I'm gonna make something fun and exciting that's gonna like help her appreciate those flavors. Sorry, they're taking so long. Thanks for reminding me.
I switched back to your face. It's just on the
All right, so everybody grab your ice. We're gonna ice down this part of it, and then we're gonna add our sparkling bubbly, our sparkling white. I'm actually using one from the Willamette Valley here. I wanted to represent. I think. I hope I did. No, wait. Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm using Gruet because I didn't want it to be a brute specifically. I like things that aren't brutes for this particular one. I don't want the oakiness. All right, give it a quick shake. All right, now everybody stop. I'm gonna shake a little bit longer because I gotta make yours still. Make sure you drain, and I'll be able to do it quick. All right, so we're gonna double strain like we always do. This one will be for Brie. Drop it into your champagne glass. Now this is a take on a Cure Royale, which happens to be just champagne and cassis, creme de cassis. You know what? I'm using the same. I'm sorry, what?
Is it cream or creme?
I think it's creme.
Potato.
Sorry, no, it's creme. I'm just really, really shitty sometimes at.
Talking, we know, but it's okay.
I'm here.
Throwing barbs over there.
We're feisty over here.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. We've been doing this a while, so. A little snippy. Just kidding. Alright, I'm hurrying up and making Brie's real quick. Everybody knows the build. I'm doing the exact same thing. And then I'm going to grab out my sparkling white. But I want everybody to wait for me for just a second before they start doing theirs. And I'll show you why. All we're doing is chilling. We're not even really heavily diluting, so that's why we don't want to shake it too much. Okay. Made that one a little richer. Richard! No, I made that one. I put a little bit extra. I overdid it on the cream cassis. Check out the difference.
Oh,
That'll be.
I like it.
You like that more?
Yeah.
All right. So
Oh, whoops.
here's the gruette. We tried to say grue, but somebody said nope. It's made in New Mexico. You have to say it right.
Wait, in
It's
New
supposed
Mexico.
to be gruette. Yeah, it's not bad. We actually sold the rosé at a bar that I worked at, and it was really popular, especially for a drier type of rosé. So let's peel off
Wait, rosé.
sparkling rosé. This happens to be a sparkling brut, or a sparkling white, because I didn't want it to be a brut. This is Blanc de Noir.
Very confused. Okay.
If anybody, I recommended Prosecco to a few people out there. Rosé would work for this one. It's still going to be just as tasty. Just get some bubbles. You want them to be a little bit more dry because we've already added like those tannins and the richness from the creme de cassis and the hibiscus. And then we also have the lemon in there, right? So we're going to balance it out. For every one of these tops, John, do you know this? How many twists are in a bubbles top?
Ooh, you mentioned this before. I forget.
6.
Always?
Always. Six twists. 1, 2. Oh, by the way, so the idea is that the cage is helping you hold it. Put your thumb over the cage, right? And get your 6 twists out. I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full twists. Cage is open. Then you keep your cage on because that cage is helping you grip so it doesn't shoot out of your hand and knock somebody right in the eye, right?
Unless you want to. Unless
Right.
you need to.
Unless you're
It's middle of
trying
the
to
night.
escape. Right. If the guy from Bond, the guy with the hat, he could throw it at you, I could easily see you don't want to get decapitated. I'm going to use a cork. I'm easily out of this. It's the MacGyver way. All right. So easily comes right off. It's fun in movies to see that. Boom! And maybe when you're drunk, it's fun to shoot it off in your backyard. But otherwise, yeah. And nobody else wants to hear that in a restaurant. All right, so what we're gonna do is I want everybody before we pour to get your lemon peel ready, and I'm gonna go lengthwise diagonally because I want it to be a little bit longer just to look cute and fancy. Even though I already kind of ruined my lemon a little bit by doing it to like straight up and down for the last one. I have extra lemons, I should have just grabbed one more. All right, so one more longer-ish peel. We'll put that back to use later for juice.
John's just like hanging out waiting for you. John, tell us about your bubbles.
What kind of bubbles you got, John? I can't see your face.
I've got La Marca Prosecco. It comes in the tiny bottle, so I don't waste any.
Oh, smart. Are you not a big bubbly fan? Bubble drinker?
I don't drink it quickly enough for it to go away. I like it, but I'm not consuming it that quickly.
I can relate. Do you remember those lids that I got? Did I share one of those with you? These lids.
Oh yes, yes. Actually, that's true. You did. I've got one right here.
Look at you guys, Twinkies.
Look at
down now, babe.
Oh,
You're
thank you, Teresa. I want to. This one is the same company. Check this shit out. What marketing? Ching. Just kidding. Teresa, my great rep friend of mine that works for. Oh my God, never mind. I'm just gonna stop. Anyway, she hooked us up. She hooked me up with you. I'm greatly appreciative. These are the only things that I know of that stop and hold everything onto champagne bottles.
Oh yeah, they totally work.
And soda bottles, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. Thanks for turning me on to that.
My pleasure.
So Lucif forgot to get Prosecco, but was using a dry cider. How's that gonna taste?
That actually is going to give you a little bit more of a tang. It's going to have an interesting dryness to it because you're going to have that exhale of apple.
Is it apple cider? We didn't ask.
I'm guessing it would just
You
be
know
a
what
dry
odd is?
cider.
Is that the name, I'm assuming? I don't know. I'm bad with cider.
All right, so everybody's got their peels ready. We'll trim them down to make them pretty in a hot second here, but just grab one and have it at the ready. And we're gonna start pouring a little bit of our bubbly into the glass. And I only want you to pour a little bit and kind of wait. And then pour a little bit more, but look, check it out. It's already getting hot, high up there. If you want to stop it, squeeze your lemon peel on it. A little science for you. Oh my God, I'm still pouring it over the side.
You didn't do it.
But it does start to disintegrate your huge bubbles. It's the oil that breaks through the bubble usually.
Lisa wants to know she's apple and pear. Is it better to use soda water? I think.
Soda water will work.
But
Apple,
I'm
I think,
curious
would be
about apple.
better than pear. 'Cause it's already juicy. Although, no lie, I'm a huge fan of currants and pear. So
No.
it's gonna be more winey though. The more pear you go, apple is gonna have a more wininess. Like
Apple is or pear is?
pear is gonna be more. Apple's gonna be a little bit, and then soda water is gonna be the least. But that so. Where do you feel like being today, Lucif? Because you're worthy of good drinks, right? So, like, do you feel like being like a little bit more refreshing on that side of it? Yeah, go for that soda water. You're gonna get enough taste out of it. You're really not getting a ton of alcohol out of this. And like I said the other day, I was like, I just got everything I needed out of that, and I forgot that I was drinking it with soda water. So that's kind of a bonus. Because I wasn't gonna open one of these big things just to take a picture, you know. All right, so finish it up all the way to the top. You got your lemon peels there. All right, get your bubbles back in the fridge and capped up as fast as you can. Especially on a day like today. Save those for later. And let's start doing some fun trimming of our peels. We're gonna do, let's see, we're gonna do a longer curl on this one because it's kind of thin, not a lot of pith, not a huge amount of structure, but I see something in there, right? It's a duck. No, just kidding. It's gonna be, this one's gonna be almost like a swoop coming down from the side. So all you're gonna do with your knife is follow along the curve that the peel's already naturally taking. You just take those edges right off. We're gonna go down the other side doing the same thing, leaving a nice thick swath in the middle. So we've already gotten most of our oil out of this, right? I want to make that a little prettier and bring it down to a point. It's almost like a Nike swoosh, but not. Or a saber actually is what it's more like. All right, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our knife tip and we're gonna make a triangle almost this size actually, right here. We're gonna make a triangle that size, but we're not gonna cut the top part of it off because what we wanna do is we wanna flap to hold inside or outside this peel against the side of that glass so it doesn't bump around, okay? Start hitting you in the mouth. So we're gonna go about 1/4 of an inch from the top. Bring our knife down, but we want enough structure that it's gonna hold on to that edge. So like I said, it's almost 3/4 of an inch long. All right, and we're gonna give it one more little push, a little more oil on the top and just kind of to express it, and then we're gonna set it right into the glass and catch it right on the edge. Oh no. There, baby.
Can't see the glass.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, I'll move that glass.
There you go. Perfect.
Slip that into the glass. It's gonna go right on the edge.
Oh, wow.
All right.
How do you do that?
So did you
So
see?
it's like a full.
So I just cut this little piece out of it right here, but I only cut the triangle and left the top, so it stayed for a little notch. So just like that.
We need a little flappy do.
A flappy do, exactly. my god. The older I get, more flappy-do this body feels. I'm just kidding.
My goodness.
All right, well, so now for the next one, I want to make it a little bit, I'm going to do a curl for it. So I'm going to go a little bit thinner, and I'm going to try and get it parallel lines on the outside of each one of those.
Give me the glass so people can see you cut now.
And then parallel right down the other side. And I'm following the curve of the peel. Because you know what? We want to curl it in there anyway, so why not just use it? It's okay if it's not perfect. And then I'm just going to square off the ends, just to make it look clean and pretty. That one too. Now, let's move that glass in the front, a little bit darker one. One more expression. Even if it doesn't do a spray, you're getting a little more oil on the outside of the peel. Twist it in. One more little tug to get more oil, and drop it in. It's gonna shock it. It's gonna stay in the glass then, not really bumpy in the mouth too much. Holds the sides. I think that makes a pretty picture from where I was standing.
That's great.
Birdie.
All right, you ready to taste? Brie?
Oh yeah,
Which one do you want?
dying of thirst.
John did it, by the way. John, look at John's floppy do.
I can't see.
You can see her. You can see his.
John, well done. Flash.
Thanks.
Oh!
That was pretty cool.
All right, we're gonna hold on. Are we cheersing?
Cheers.
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 Drying out here.
He's like, I need a drink.
Well, more like everybody's been watching me drink water. Like my lips are getting so dry so fast. It's hot days, cold
It's
nights.
really good.
Oh shoot, that is so good.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, yeah. If you don't like bourbon, you like it now.
You really
Oh,
taste
that's so cool.
the, like, carameliness of the bourbon, but not like so it's a great gateway. I agree.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's not overtly a bourbon
No.
drink. It's got so much else going on. The bourbon isn't main stage, but it's just there in just a very pleasant way that it's like, oh yeah, bourbon.
Thanks.
Woo.
Yeah, it's kind of, you get a little bit on the exhale, but it's a little, you got the cassis, so it's like this berry bourbon almost, which I think that's another great way to introduce it.
What did Lucif, what did you use? What did you end up using?
Refreshing. Thank you, Lucif. Yeah, did you use soda water then? Inquiring minds need to know. And remember, I know it looks funny to have your peel on the outside of your glass. You can put it on the inside. Soda water! Definitely more refreshing today. But on the outside of your glass, it's still doing its job. You got the oils on the inside. And the fact that it's hanging on the outside still hits your olfactory glands every time you take a sip. So you're still getting it either way. Brie's getting it in her curl. John and I are getting it on the...
See the difference.
Yeah. Remember, too, that this one has less cream de cassis in it, too.
So I get this one in my nose, the lemon
So
in
that
my
one's
nose.
right. Oh, so, okay.
More than that one.
But it also has more proportionate lemon to it now for you. Does that make sense? Its ratio of lemon is also higher in the cocktail itself. Due to the fact that I made
That's good though.
this one wrong and that one right. Or,
I think I like that one a little better.
do you? So maybe a little more cream de cassis for...
Actually, I can taste the bourbon more in this one.
You're right. I don't know if that was the power of suggestion, but as I was like taking a sip, and you're
I
right,
can
the
taste
bourbon comes
in
through.
This one more than
I wonder if it's the cream de cassis though that's
It's
the
tricky
tannic
flavoring.
part of you is thinking, is more bourbony. Because it has more alcohol because of it, but anyway.
John, what do you think?
Question?
Like, what do you think of the drink? Do you taste the bourbon? Because now Billy made it to spec and let me try it, and it tastes. I don't taste the bourbon as much, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's there, but it's definitely not front and center. It's just a pleasant reminder of bourbon. I love bourbon drinks in general, but this one isn't Doesn't make me think bourbon, but it's definitely there.
That's a good point, John.
It's great.
We were discussing the difference between the two, and you're like, how the fuck would I know?
Well, I just wanted to know in
sir.
general if he tasted it.
Yeah, exactly. He was
Yeah.
saying that he tasted like the carameliness of it, but yeah, I thought of that.
Yeah.
It was a hard. He's a sharp cat.
So Lucy doesn't think it tastes like the dark side, which I agree. It's very fun.
That's true, but what does the dark side taste like? I couldn't put.
Charcoal
It's charcoal and depressants, antidepressants. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose this is a
I
depressant.
like to think of it as, what you're negotiating for a job. What benefits package do the Sith offer?
Right.
Well, we have bourbon and champagne drinks.
Well, this is what we have to drink, whereas the other side's like, oh, we got this. What do you?
And Lucy's like, well, it's good. I don't know if it really resounds with Sith, but
They're packaged.
we offer resurrection.
Right. Their benefits are way better, right?
You get to shoot lightning out of your fingers.
Do they offer resurrection?
That's kind of the point.
I'm just kidding. Right. That was the driving force.
Yeah. I feel like the Sith took a turn with what's his face.
Who? Darth Maul?
No, with Whiny Pants. What's his name? From
Oh,
the newer movies.
Oh, why am I doing that?
Why, Lucid, we need help, please. John, we need help.
Why can't we talk?
Movies,
Whiny Pants?
Han Solo's son. What's his name? Darth. What are we? I
Oh,
cannot remember his name. My brain's broken.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Ben
So
Solo.
Kylo Ren, that was actually probably was more what the Sith would be like. Very unbalanced emotions and all over the place. But
Kylo! Drinks with benefits. Yeah! Shouldn't all these drinks have a little bit of benefits, really? Kinda? A little bit? We're always trying to sneak a little... I'm trying often to sneak a little bit in there. Remember I got turmeric. I'm trying to fit in, good herbal, good things for you. Makes me feel better about myself. Oh, yeah. Dude, speaking of... Thank you. That was a great... Look at you. John, speaking of sneaking herbal things in, I was at 3i Books this week, and they are awesome people, and I got this cookbook, the herbal medicine cookbook from them. Brie will post their links so that everybody can see where they're at. But go check them out. They're this fantastic couple owns a bookstore. They're incredibly kind, and yeah, Brie and I spent an hour and a half there just talking to them and had a great time. But got this book. I'm gonna make a video making one or two things out of this book, just for fun. I'm inspired. And John, you know how much I cook because it's kind of a part of what I do. It's all about these same flavors and making things to fill the soul.
You encounter a flavor and it just sets your mind off in many new directions.
Right. That's why I'm always loving taking in new things all the time, right? So I'm excited to get a new book that I can play around with. In fact, I was looking through, the owner got excited because I was looking through it and all of a sudden was like, oh, I thought of a new drink. I thought of a drink that I wanted to work with, a flavor profile that I want to try and create. But I'm not going to tell you what it is because I think I'm saving it for what might a might be client. But
that's how quick it happens.
Yeah, that's how quick it
just
happens.
It's like lightning.
All right.
Yeah, where all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, I want to combine these flavors and they would be really, really good. And I think, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm excited. Shout out to Third Eye. Thank you. It was awesome talking to you both. Charles and I nerded out with each other geeked out with each other so much. So I'm excited. He and I are gonna have many conversations in the future. I know. And then I'm excited to do something with this book for them too. So, all right, to be continued with that. Johnny, you happy so far? You feeling a little dark? Are you ready to get your metachlorian?
We're drinking metachlorian.
Yeah,
today you are.
George Lucas is dead to me. Metachlorians.
Damn you, metachlorians! Damn you! Well, my kids finally saw the speaking of metachlorians, John. My kids finally saw the Clone Wars animated series where they tackled how Anakin was really the foretold bringer of balance to the Force, or who they thought was the bringer of balance to the Force. And I love the idea of the animated series within the canons because it gives such a breadth to stories that you probably could never film for less than millions and millions of dollars. So, yeah, Bad Batch, you're right. So Lucy's been watching Bad Batch with her kids, but they really need to see Clone Wars. You absolutely do.
How about Zoe?
Okay, so Zoe is 6. She is just starting to be like, hey, I want to know more about Star Wars and asking questions, and so she wanted to see everything, John. And we have the first and only opportunity in this time in our family, and first and only opportunity within like this time, because who knows what's going to come out in the future, but to watch it full canon
of what's out.
Of
in
what's
chronological
out so
order.
far, in chronological order. Thank you.
Yeah, not in release order, but in chronological order.
In chronological order.
Wow.
So right now we're trying to get through all of Clone Wars, and then we'll have to get through Bad Batch.
Is it Bad Batch next, or is it 3 next and then Bad Batch?
Oh, it's 3 next, then Bad Batch. You're right. Because Bad Batch starts at the end of Giving Order 66. So yeah, you're right. It's number 3. So we're waiting to finish Clone Wars to get to number 3. It is a big project. Yeah. Oh,
Lucy,
perfect.
did you go through all the movies in
the order that they came out, that they were produced, or in the order that or were you all over the place? Were you like, hey, baby Anakin, and then like old Anakin, and then back to like teenage angsty Anakin? I think of you all the time, Padme. Sorry, my favorite. Anyway, I like that guy as an actor too. And it was.
Oh, so they went in chronological order with the movies.
Okay.
So Tate saw them all out of order. But
Yeah, he did. Totally. It didn't even matter.
what about Rebels? Where does Rebels fit in? That's the only one I didn't calculate for. I knew where Mandalorian was.
Oh, I know where-
Zoe's seen Mandalorian the second season, quick parts of it. So she's a little bit naive. Like,
Rebels
not
is
very
going to
much
be
into
after. I totally cut
Brie.
it off. I'm sorry. No, Rebels is going to be after Bad Batch.
right after Bad Batch.
That's my guess. When Darth Vader's still like young. Remember Rebels? She saves. Oh, never mind.
We just got lost. Sorry, everyone.
No, I just realized more than anything. I think I'm giving away spoilers without any like.
Yeah.
Maybe nobody's watching. Who the fuck am I to ruin it for you? I apologize, but yes, we know because of evidence. It comes. Oh yeah, there's so much, and there's Solo.
Like,
You
right
haven't
now.
even seen. Yeah, anyway.
I haven't even seen Solo. Okay,
I
yeah,
know.
keep going.
She's got so much. All right, so yeah, keep going. Let's get our metachlorian on. You ready, John?
For that Grogu is force sensitive.
He's force sensitive.
What the hell's
What?
Wait, what?
John, we need more information.
He's a force sensitive child.
As opposed to having metachlorian.
Doesn't that make him force sensitive?
Yeah. I just don't like the scientific explanation to. Oh, you can measure how magic. You can measure how magic this person is.
It's just
And so I think
magic,
they-
son of a bitch.
so-
yeah, okay.
So episode 1, George Lucas introduced that concept, and then they kind of forgotten about it. They say, "Oh, he's force sensitive. He can use the force, and he doesn't know what he's doing yet. He needs training," referring to the Ben Solo and Rey in the newer movies, and Grogu in Mandalorian. I don't recall them saying anything about like, "Well, this species midichlorians are off the chart."
Ah, okay. But see, in Clone Wars they talked about how, but they were magic witches. I remember the witches did, but they used their quote unquote magic. They honed midichlorian.
So John's saying like the purely opposition to the like quantification of
right.
midichlorian.
Yeah.
So you're on the Harry Potter side of it, like the right, like a little bit more so, like hey, look at you're a gifted witch or wizard kind of thing, yeah.
Right.
Like it.
John.
Okay.
I didn't put this much thought into that.
I know he's introducing me to new things. I'm feeling tingles inside. I love it. All right, so
those are blaster burns that you're feeling.
Right in here, my tum tum.
All right, let's go.
Oh my god.
All right, so for this one we need my favorite. Always, I like pushing people out of their comfort zones, and somebody said they fucking hate Midori, and I was like, I'm gonna make a drink with Midori that they like.
Midori.
Yeah, right. Midori, a little bit of John Malibu rum. I think maybe a lemon. Maybe lemon. If we're there.
Is that what's in a Midori sour? What's in a Midori sour?
No, Midori sour is like Midori lemon. You have to have vodka, I believe, in a Midori sour. I believe that there is because of the fact that you could not take Midori as the entirety of. Look up liquor.com.
I'm looking up Midori sour.
But you're gonna have.
You wouldn't hold up a drink by itself.
Right. You're still gonna have egg whites. You're still gonna have
vodka,
lemon,
Midori, soda water, lime juice, and lemon juice.
That was.
I'll bet you when they're banging out Midori sours at the club, they're not shaking in egg whites.
No, sir.
What else?
And if anything, it's coming out of a gun. They already had it ready and. In one of those kegs to like shake up. So we're gonna do Midori. We're gonna bring over another fun green bottle, but this one has yuzu juice in it. This way, like that, or closer like that.
No. Bring it back on the cutting board, right there.
Okay. I totally forgot to get it out. Well, we have lemon juice as well. I forgot to get out everybody who got kits got this gin, because these are our friends, so I can give them whatever the hell I want. This is like a private party for the friends and for our closest friends, and then for all of our viewers, just welcome. Lucky you, we get to all be together.
You missed gin. It's not something I can go buy.
Sorry, it's not. You could do a life hack and go out and get. You couldn't get this as a gin. You'd have to go out and get it as there's a cucumber something Kettle One, which is probably. So I had a friend back in the day. His name was Matt. He was such a cocktail. Like, he didn't want any cocktail. He just wanted Kettle One and soda. That was his thing with a little bit of lime. Such a purist. I want to know if he's still alive. If he's not, he's rolling in his grave with all the new Kettle One flavors, because he used to talk so much shit about Stoli doing stuff like that. Anyway, cucumber gin. I made it. Just did an infusion for 48 hours with partially peeled cucumber. The reason I said partially peeled is because I wanted a little bit of those tannins and a little bit of the bitterness in there. And the reason we're using cucumber gin more than anything else is you can't have a melon drink without cucumber in it. Yes. John, what do you think about that statement? I'll just leave it at that right now. What do you think about that?
I need more information. I've never heard this assertion.
But you're the most logically intelligent person that I know when it comes to these things, and what would be your guess is why I'm saying you can't have a melon drink? It's not you can't, it's, yeah, but you really can't.
Look at you.
No, you can't. You can, but like, why do you think that there would be a reason, a correlation between like needing that? You have a guess, Brie?
Melon and
I
cucumber.
stopped listening. I'm sorry.
No.
Probably everybody.
Acid and base.
Yeah. That's, so it's melon and cucumber. Yeah, acid and base kind of makes sense.
It's not, but it's the. So think about how it's about that perception thing. Does everybody remember how I talked about? We talked about apples and strawberries before. I think both, John. Do you remember this like conversation? How people perceive flavors, but they're not necessarily what we look for in that flavor. Do you feel me?
Sure.
And one of my favorite examples is using like apples. If I wanted to get an apple flavored infusion, or I wanted to make an apple bitters or an apple liqueur, I couldn't use Honeycrisp apples. While I prefer them as an apple to eat, they are not. They are crunchy. They are refreshing. They are delicious. It is the thing I want. I personally want out of an apple. But it isn't necessarily like apple flavored or what the average person is going, their brain is going to perceive as an apple flavor. And so I've had to do research over the years of like trying to find pure apples. I found that wine saps are so far in the Pacific Northwest the most apple inducing. They have really thick, they're hard apples. They tend to be a little more like mealy almost, I bet, if they get overripe. But they have a really heavy tannic peel.
So the cucumber tricks your mind into thinking it's more melony than it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that same kind of thing. It's a little bit brighter. It's almost like the melon pith or the rind of the melon. That's triggering you into that. Because, so think of watermelon juice in itself, John. Or like melon juice. It's going to be a little different. You need to like trigger your brain into being like, oh, that's what this is. It's refreshing melon. Again, rather than just being like, oh,
like tasting like watermelon bubble gum. Like overpowering. Cause like that's
right, because that's
watermelon doesn't actually like.
But if you just juiced fucking watermelon and drank it with your eyes closed, you wouldn't be like, oh, watermelon. If it was just the juice.
Yeah.
I'm not talking if you just blended up some watermelon, but anyway, we better get going. I got all these goodies here. So this is why I say this. I want somebody to look up out there, and please let us know. Send us an email. Send us something on Instagram. I want to know, like, every cocktail that I've found out there, John. I found them with watermelon. I found them with honeydew, and different, and Midori especially. And they're almost always paired with something with a little bit of cucumber in it. Not fresh cucumber. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start with the lemon juice. It's our cheapest product, and we're going to go a little bit out of order. But we're going to go 3/4 of an ounce of that lemon juice.
We're shaking this drink?
Hell yeah, we're shaking this drink. Every one of these drinks is shook today.
Oh, my favorite. I love a shaken drink.
All right. And we're making this one nice and tangy because we're balancing it off of not only the sweet Midori, but the actual soda we're using. So if you're out there and you don't have a melon flavored sweetened soda, and you're just using soda water, I would cut back on the lemon by at least 1/4 of an ounce or a 1/2 ounce, and then just do a 1/2 ounce of lemon and 1/2 ounce of yuzu. And then, if you could, some way up your sugar just by a little bit. Maybe even going up to a full ounce of Midori. Next up is going to be yuzu. I'm going to go 1/4 ounce of that.
You already do the cucumber.
Nope, I'm waiting on that one. I
was
did
first?
lemon
Alright.
and then yuzu. Welcome back. So we're gonna do, well, technically, we're going in full cost order. The infused gin is gonna be next. And I'm leaving the sediment on the bottom. You could shake it up if you want, it's not gonna hurt you. But I like the clarity of this cocktail without it. And honestly, if I had something that could get it all out and really, really clarify it, it would be even better, because if there is any leftover botanicals left in, or product, any sort of vegetative stuff left into your juice or your infusions, that ends up kind of turning faster. Even though it's in gin for this one, that gives it its longest shelf life. But sometimes it's all those things. Like, John, you and I talked about that clarified lime juice for the daiquiri that we had at Deadshot. Do you remember that? The clarified lime juice lasts like 2 or 3 times longer because it doesn't have any sort of rotting materials in it. Does that make sense? Like the cloudiness, if you let your lemon juice settle for a day or two, you'd see just how all the pulp goes right to the bottom. The top part is your clarified juice portion. Okay, so I have everything but Midori now, so I'm going to go 3/4 of an ounce of Midori. And we're going to add ice to this. We're going to chill it, shake it down. We're going to put it into a coupe glass with cubes. Will you go grab those cubes for me? The long ones in the orange cube maker. Make sure you grab whatever you call it, ice mold. I can't fucking talk, sorry. Make sure you grab at least a half of a tin of ice for this one.
So, a coupe, huh? That wasn't what was pictured on the Instagram.
No, I didn't say coupe. Did I say coupe? Forgive
What
me.
glass does this go in?
Collins. Did I say coupe? I apologize. I think, John, sometimes I get a little ahead of myself and I'm like, oh, that's a C glass. A C word glass. And it's not the right C word. So I apologize. I like pouring my ice in first. Gives me less mess usually. Oh, did you melt? Oh, good. The one on the end will work. Make sure you give this one a shake for at least 30 seconds. Thank you. And you're moving past that uncomfortable point. Your hand's frozen, but it's a hot-ass day, so you're loving it. Pop that can. Make sure you're hitting it with the soft part of your hand, the heel of your hand, to crack it. Get that extra drip. Whew. All right. Squeezing. Thank you for getting those for me.
You're welcome. It was hot.
It was hot. I'm glad you didn't melt.
No. Not yet.
All right, so I'm popping these out. John, I'm using some new ones. Kids got me these for Christmas.
New what?
Some new cubes.
What
I don't know.
good kids.
Right? They love me. They were nice. They're kind of people.
If anybody wants to ever get me a gift, you know what I would like for my birthday? It's probably ice.
Right?
I love good ice.
Barware.
Like ice maker, or like you literally want, like, if I showed up with a block of ice, you'd be happy.
Well, if it's a block of ice, then I have to do work.
Right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you want tools to make ice. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
How could he resist making fun of me sound like a goof? Alright, so here. We got the first one.
So green.
So green. Thank you, Midori, for giving us some greenness. Midori's gotten a bad name, I think, in the 80s when cocktails first came about, but it is the truest form, and it is, Japan should be proud of this product. It's a fantastic example of a Brie melon, which is one of the most expensive melons in the world. They're a Japanese cultivar of honeydew. It's almost a mix between honeydew and cantaloupe, from what I believe the true flavor is. But yeah, look them up. They're crazy expensive. A Brie? Yeah, that's right. Brie. I'm making this one out of order, but I forgot that I was doubling down.
Is it Bari? I don't know.
I don't know. Umdada, umdodo.
I had just a little bit of the Midori left over. Tasting it by itself, yeah, this seems like it would have so many possibilities because it is strangely bitter, given the reputation the drink has, the common Midori drinks.
Like super sweet.
Right. And then this one is just so bitter by itself. It's like,
Now I want to try it by itself.
I could do something fun with this.
I'm not sure I've ever tried it by itself.
Yeah, there's a tang to it, right? I mean, it is a good example of it is a quality liquor, but it just stopped being cool.
Yeah.
It became a cliche, and that's the shame of it all, right? However, it's fucking delicious, and it does a really good job of making a nice, refreshing. And melon is refreshing. There's a reason it's in overdone in every melon salad or any fruit salad you've ever had, right? Like, well, that is cheap.
I don't know.
What's the one that I like, John? That I grabbed was the Sun Kiss. Sugar Kiss. It's green on the inside, but it's like a mix between.
I don't know if that one's green.
Is that one
I think that one's cantaloupe. Oh gosh, hold on. Oh, I missed this.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. How about now?
Yeah, I got it.
Get it? Got it, good. This one, that one had a bigger cube in it, so I'll share. Alright, so. Distracted Billy. Now we get to our Rumune. So Rumune is, John, when I was in,
Is it Ramoon or Ramune?
I don't, Ramoon, probably?
Ramune.
I think it's
Is
Ramune.
it? Okay.
Ramune.
I've heard it pronounced both ways, and
So I was closer, is what you're saying, John.
but Billy was right. Does that make you feel good?
No, I just
Yes.
said I was closer. That's it. So John, when I
Okay, now you're gloating, Billy.
I know.
No, it's
sorry.
too much. Doesn't look good.
When I lived in
That's too much.
When I lived in Okinawa, that's when I got to taste like a Brie soda. Like melon sodas are everywhere, and I fucking love them. And I fell in love with them then. So this is in true fanfare. We're doing Rumune soda, which is Japanese soda for you. It's kind of a fun treat. The kids love it, and it's a fun bottle. I'm going to teach you about it real quick right now. It comes with this lid. I just took the plastic off, and the lid comes together. This holder,
So fun.
and you pop out this little puncher right here, right? That little fun thing. It's like the reverse of what's left over when they make the tables that go on your pizza. This is the leftovers, so they're utilizing waste and love it. And there's just a marble right on the inside of there holding this thing sealed in, this soda. So this is the top instead of having a metal cracking top. And you're going to take your little stopper or your push, and you're going to push down the marble straight into the glass up below. Let it bubble up.
Such a fun sound.
All right, so can everybody see it rolling around in there? Can you see it, Brie?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that cute little guy. Just like the little swirlies on the outside. I like these graphics. I thought about that, trying to like have not a copy, but a fun little mimic of it for drinks, to-go drinks. But you also have, as I tell these kids, you got these cute little eyeballs right here.
Yeah, we just confirmed that you were correct. It is Ramune.
Hey,
And it's
Ramune! Ramune! Thanks. Thank you for being here. I hope you're making it okay in this heat. We're thinking about you all the time. We're very excited. All right, so back to it. See these little cute little eyeballs? They're like owl eyes. John, do you see them? Ooh. They.
Wait, do I? Oh yeah, yeah, totally. Oh yeah, I'll turn that on my camera as well. Yeah, owl eyes.
Those owl eyes help you drink your soda, because guess what? This is a resealable bottle, another genius product, right? This isn't done. You can have a little sip. Check it out. Oh, turn it, and the eyes have to look at you to have a sip. But if you do, the eyes look at you. It's gonna stop that marble right there, so you can have your drink, and the soda flows out. But if you don't, that's the resealable part, John. If you roll your marble back, or if you put your thumb on it and you want to do this and give it a little jostling, you might lose a smidge. It works better when you drink a little more, sorry. But you've got a full soda that you can stop back up. Here, I'll show you.
Whoa.
I got one that I used for a photo shoot that was a little bright green, made for better pictures. But look, I stopped it back up right after I got done using it because I didn't want to waste the rest. And I love that you can like reuse these bottles and you're not just like, oh, I have to drink all of it. Sorry, Dad. Gotta drink it all. Sorry, you can tell with the kids. Right? So back to the owl eyes. Make the owls look towards wherever you're pouring, because we're going to top both of these drinks with this. And bow to that cocktail. Look at that, right into it. One more, and I love these chunks. I'm reminded of Jerry Thomas with these chunks of ice, John. I was lucky enough to get them these molds for Christmas, and it just reminds me of, like our last show was pre-Prohibition era cocktails, and I don't think they had perfectly formed 1 by 1 inch cubes before Prohibition. I think you were lucky to just get like a slab of ice. Here you go, or some chips of whatever the shit was left. All right, so hey everybody, if you have your ice sticking out the top, great. If you don't, grab a bar spoon right now, and I want you to just give a quick agitation to your cocktail, just a small one, just to integrate a little bit of that soda, so you don't have all the soda for your first taste. And now we're gonna do a quick fun garnish. You could do lime peel if you had any left over. It would taste great. The only reason we're going to do this is we're going to try and make them a little Grogu-y, right?
Little Star Wars?
What the fuck is wrong with me?
A little Grogu-like.
Thank you, John.
Baby Yoda.
Appreciate you. So let's do this in a couple fun ways, and I'll do 2 nerdy little fun ways for us to do this. One, I'm going to do a peel, and I'm going to take that and go diagonally as long as I can around the outside. So I'm going to start at the top, I'm going diagonal, but it's going to be a big wide diagonal, so don't come down to the middle or down to the bottom too fast, kind of like I just did. Woo! Alright, so a little bit bigger than average. And we don't need this one for the peel as much as we do for the just the look. In fact, since that one's a little bit shorter than I want it to be, I'm going to do one more right next to it. Get in there. There we go. Get that to come around. We're going to make 2 cute little ears. Yeah, those are long enough. Out of those. Right? So we're going to do 2 peel ears. And then I'm going to do 2 solid ears out of like cut wedges almost. In the meantime, let's just try these. So, one thing I noticed, John, is Grogu's ears are almost flat across the top and super drooped underneath. You and I were looking at a bunch of graphics earlier in the week. Can you remember that? So big scoops, almost moons with the flat side, or crescent moons with the flat side. Another one almost straight across. And then a big bottom scoop. Half circle, crescent. There we go. Nice. The only problem is we need to get a little hat on this one. So we're going to use our other friend to do that. We're gonna get one big slice out of this other lime. Then I'm gonna do one more. Ooh, that was a little thicker than I wanted. 2 more. And then one more just in case, 3 more slices out of this lime. So I got extra lime just in case, John. How about you? You got enough, don't you? If you don't out there...
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
I'm still on step 1. I want to see where this is going.
All right, so peels and a hat if you can get it out of that. And we're going to try and flatten these peels. So we're going to reverse express them almost. You're going to, instead of peel out, you're going to bend them around your fingers, peel in this way. Everybody see that? Just because they already start to curl naturally.
The ears are connected.
Ooh, no, I have mine separate. I had 2 separate peels.
You cut 2 ears?
I cut 2 peels separate.
Okay.
Because I couldn't get one long enough to make 2. Now I'm going to put one little hat on top of that cube. And 2 little peels. Oop, knocked my hat off. Knocking my socks off. Ooh, let's see if we can make this work, John. I don't know. Oh! How's it look on camera? Fell off the cube, but it still could be cute from that angle. What do you think, Brie? Yeah.
Move a little bit closer to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cute.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna try to do one more
do the other.
with this wedge. Maybe this one will be prettier. I'm gonna do a round, John, and I'm gonna cut it in half. Remember we just talked about how his little cute little ears were flat on top and scooped on the bottom? This might be the best way to do it. I don't know. You never know.
Yeah, the other one looks like puppy ears a little bit.
It does. I'm gonna try and cut out.
That's like, I think you need to like curl them a little bit almost. Or like,
They were really hard to get to try and curl back. So I want everybody to see this fun little weird concoction here. But see how I took just that little chunk of the side out? Like a dog got in a dog fight. A little chunk of ear right there, all
like
missing.
little Coda.
Oh, Coda, yeah. When I first got my dog, she got beat up by another dog when I was signing the paperwork at the pound. All right, but what we're gonna do is, then that's gonna set right here on our glass. Oh, this one's already got better potential.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling
Move
it?
it to the right a little bit when you showcase.
Right here, up there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. Now, everybody, when you're cutting these, make sure that you're cutting in between the membranes because it's gonna give you better structure. If you cut on the membranes, it's gonna want to fall apart a little bit easier. Ooh, like that one. I kind of murdered it. But we might be able to save it. Alright, so here's where we need that hat again. Ready? Oh, they're popping out. But if we get that cap of lime right there. Oh.
Turn
what do you think?
around.
Huh? Hold on.
Turn around so you can see his face. You do not do that in a bar.
I do not do that in a bar, but you know what? I'm lucky enough to be at home right now. And I want it pretty. What do you think? John, did you get yours? What did you choose? Peel or wedge? Or did you just?
I've got this long, very long peel with ears, but you're saying I should cut this in 2?
No, if you can do it with 1 peel and 2 long ears, you go, boy. Got this.
Okay. And then a hat? It is like half a lime or a quarter of a lime? Or?
Yeah, like a quarter of a top of a lime. It's basically utilizing your waste, whatever you have left. You don't want to waste a whole lime on this one cocktail.
So like this?
Yeah, that's perfect. Hey, I can
Cool.
see you.
All right.
Kinda. Your enthusiasm through your lemon wedging.
Lime.
Yeah,
Lime wedging.
things are great.
Rah, yeah! Extreme!
Okay,
Oh my
Just
god.
kidding. No, you remember
yeah,
that
can I
from
see the first? Can I see the first one again?
Yeah.
Pull it back closer.
Now, if it would be even better if you could get it to go straight across, John. So if I were going to do that, do you remember that, like, I would make kind of a T shape in it. So where you had an indentation that could go inside of or cut 2 little triangles out.
Yeah, I could cut triangles so that it'll rest on the side of the glass.
Exactly.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Okay, that's kind of fun.
I want to see how this goes.
Let's see.
That one. Oh.
Mm.
They need my help, folks. Sorry.
In the battle for your liver.
Right. Dun dun dun.
Okay. Mm.
I think that works.
Oh wait, okay. Hold on. Pull it out a little bit. Okay.
No
Come on,
way! Thank you, Lucif.
Well,
Those lime leaves worked pretty good, but they were a little bit more to tackle. In fact, I thought this would be less complicated. Maybe I should have just given everybody lime leaves. Thank you. Yeah, hooray for Grogu. We got this great Grogu Cooler. Man, if he didn't get us through, if there wasn't just a great fixation on Grogu for a hot minute of the of the pandemic. John, it looks great. Can you bring it a little closer?
And then he has a hat? Yeah, I can bring it closer.
He might not need a hat.
He's cute.
He looks great without it.
He's a little deflated in the heat, but
He
you
might
know,
be
he
sad.
would be.
Yeah.
He
We
couldn't
all are.
need any more of the little polywogs.
That was our favorite. Even the kids talk about that one all the time.
He got yelled at.
He got yelled at. Dang it. Everybody knew how that felt.
I'm liking the look of yours. That's great.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right, everybody ready to
You know.
drink? You gotta put it in your mouth.
Oh,
There we go.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. It would have fell apart.
It's Grogu. Get it together. It's not Yoda.
Oh yeah, sorry. Whatever.
Mine's fallen too.
How dare
but
you.
Tastes
No,
great.
dare
Jesus. You just like take
Get
some
it
drink
together.
away.
Get it
You
together,
can't drink
Grinch.
this.
Right.
You aren't worthy.
Never mind.
We found out that not everyone is worthy of good drinks.
It would be on a Star Wars.
Yeah. Ooh, this is delicious.
Thank you. What do you think, John? You like it? Have you had a sip
Yeah.
yet?
Yeah, I'm with tart tarts. This color makes me think it's gonna be like insanely sweet.
Thank you.
But
You know, I feel like the trick happens to be the yuzu. It's super dry and has a
Yeah.
unique
Right.
tanginess to it.
I tried that by itself and I was like, whoo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's burning, right? Almost. It's so much.
this is really refreshing. This
Thanks.
is perfect for a hot day.
Weird. How did it get here? How did it get on this menu? These are
Yeah, I'm liking it. Cooler is the right word. It rolls off the tongue. Grogu Cooler. It's just it's meant to be. Yeah, super refreshing. This could have been the first drink as well.
Ooh.
Really
Ooh.
easy drink.
That's a high
Thanks,
compliment.
John. I got a great. We just got a great compliment from Lucif. She could be drinking this on a cantina, in a cantina on Tatooine. I just mixed up my
I
words.
really can't read. It's okay.
I can't. If I wasn't reading, then I would have been right
You
there.
would have been fine.
Right.
It's okay. Every
Wait,
time.
I've been working. I have a new cocktail that I in fact, John's gonna try this week. That I named Cantina Band, and I'm so thanks for bringing that up, Lucif, because I'm excited for him to give it a shot. That's the
Did I have it?
that's the mezcal pepper.
No, it was delicious.
So I'm excited for John to give it a shot and see what he thinks. Get some feedback.
Yeah. We need to exchange some ingredients for next stream.
Right.
Where we're doing the Cannon Bar book, and you can give me some whatever spicy infused ingredients or whatever it is you're cooking up.
Yeah. We'll keep it under our hat for a hot minute. I'm excited to see what you think, though. That's for sure. But it happened to fit in the name Cantina Band. Part.
Anybody know the name of the Cantina Band? Thirsty Therapy trivia.
What is the
Wait, give
name
a name?
of the Cantina Band?
Oh wait, I think I do.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if they have a name.
It seems like something that would be in a Star Wars trivia night.
Well, you were so inspirational with Binary Sunset for the name of our last cocktail that I went on and I was truly inspired by the same thing. That's why I picked Cantina Band, but there wasn't any.
So I don't think I'm gonna say this right. The Grin Dawn and the Modal Nodes, and they are the group of Bith aliens who play a genre of music called jizz. Anywhere. Apparently, the Bith respiratory system makes the aliens ideal woodwind players as they can hold a note indefinitely.
Nice.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Get that name into chat. Get that trivia answer,
I'll post it.
Brie collects 100 points.
Ding, ding, ding.
Brie.
I have Google. It's not really fair.
Figuring Dan
Yeah, that's it. That.
and the modal
You're
nodes.
super close.
Fingering Dan and the modal
Not
nodes.
fingering. There's no
Yes. What?
N.
This is a PG-13 Star Wars stream. Bill.
Oh, there. See, no, John. I want to take a
It
minute.
does not say finger. It says figuring.
Oh, ring. Sorry, autocorrect did add an
But there's no
G.
N.
Now I get it. My bad.
Billy and Zoe read like I see first letter, I see last letter, and I fill in the rest with whatever my brain tells me.
The N did. I don't.
Say it, Billy.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
You better have.
I would have never.
Better not.
I know how to keep my fingers to myself.
You're not him.
What?
I don't know.
I thought it was in action. My mistake.
Oh my god.
That's why you had to ask for consent.
Yeah. There's
Anyway.
no alternative to consent.
Right. Well, that's why it was presented in the direction that it
I
was.
get it.
Phonetic.
I'm not sure I can have another
Dictatively?
drink. So,
Oh well, that's perfect. There's only one drink left.
but only make one of that one.
Well, there is only enough ingredients to make one of that one. In fact, I had to shortchange one of our friends this week because I didn't have enough of all the product for this cocktail to make kits for every single person. You're awesome, so I know you'll understand. Yeah, John, are you done? I'm still working on this one. Man, I should have talked about the books.
Yeah, I've got a lot left, but it is low ABV, so I think we could continue.
Let's do it.
Is it low ABV? I'm saying it is.
No, this one's not actually. Now that we filled it up, I mean it's not super high because we're using an infused gin, so you have to think that it is since it is infused with cucumber, a very watery product. And the way I did the infusion, it does actually take down the 80 proof ABV already. And then we have between that we have 1.5 ounces, and Midori is at 20%. So I'd say it's obviously not equivalent of a cocktail with 2 ounces of bourbon in it, or definitely 2 ounces of 100 proof anything.
Low ABV. All right.
The first one was much
We're
more
off the
low
hook.
ABV. All right.
Well, good, because for after hours we got quite a shot coming up.
Holy
so.
shit! Yeah, Luciv, you're responsible for that one too. You remember?
Wait, what is it?
John, you want to take this one and remind them what we're doing?
Well, we'll it's a recipe from our last stream's book, the Savoy Hotel cocktail book.
Right, and it was
It's called the Earthquake. We'll share the recipe when we get there.
Yeah, we're using the same specs from Savoy. Lucif found it. Was teetering around how to punish us, and this came up, right?
I told you we shouldn't let people pick the cocktails that we make.
Right.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love it.
I'm excited for it, regardless. I mean, dude, that's my favorite thing so far. We can that we have an open forum to talk about whether we like or dislike the drinks that we're doing. So I appreciate that. You can go ahead, let it go about the Grogu Cooler. How disappointing is it now?
Wait, what?
It's great.
It was a joke more because I was saying this is an open forum to saying whatever you want, regardless. Welcome back. Brie was checking Instagram for us.
I was
appreciate it.
not.
Venmo. Thank you.
I was literally here sitting in my seat and I just like totally lost track.
All right, so last but not least, we are going to do Binary Sunset, the coolest name for this ever. Thank you for loving it so much. I'm happy with it too. I want to keep drinking it.
You're very excited.
Bree's got giggles. I don't know if we have
I
time
will
for
keep
that.
drinking it.
You have like toddler
I'm really happy with
excitement. I'm just, it's making me.
Sometimes I have toddler excitement. All right, so
Right, Lucif? I feel you on that. Like, where are you when I make up a word that doesn't even exist? Autocorrect.
if everyone who's joining us with kits has their stuff, in fact, I only had one kit left because it had all the product in it that I needed. So I'm even going to be using mine as well, which is pre-measured ingredients. Kind of crazy for me. Threw me off like a
So I
mofo
noticed that
before.
John was pouring his pre-measured ingredients like into a jigger.
We could do
Are
that.
you gonna do that too, or are you gonna just drop?
I'm gonna
I
drop.
was double checking. I had a
You
little
didn't
extra
trust-
Midori,
Oh.
Did you?
which was great because I wanted to try it on its own, so it worked out.
Lucifer.
It was like an eighth of an ounce over. So.
Shame on me. Shame on me.
Measurement error is real. It's okay.
That happens.
You're not exempt.
When I'm like doing them. Yeah. Okay. Either way. I got nothing. All right. So this one, Binary Sunset, the name fits this so well because we're going to use two very polarizing flavors, very strong, bold flavors that have their own kind of burn to them a little bit. One's burn is going to come from salt and sodium products, and the other one is going to come to us from a spicy medicinal purpose, which is the ginger. The salty one is going to be ume plum, a Japanese salted plum that is not pickled within its salting. It is only basically pickled by the salt, so it's dehydrated a little bit smaller than umeboshi. It's called ko-ume, is what we've looked at before. John, you found something more specific, right? Or is it less specific?
I just know it was Japanese pickled plum, which we got on the ingredients, or umeboshi. I couldn't find anything on ko-ume, but that's the brand you found that you like.
Oh
so.
yeah, let's grab that.
Cool, yeah.
In fact, this is the same brand that we use in restaurants, John, that serves that we use for their umeboshi as well. It just happens to be that this one is different than umeboshi because it doesn't have vinegar to pickle it. So it's it doesn't have a liquid. It's just dry. The ingredients are salt based, along with potassium sorbate for preservative. But the umeboshi traditionally that you would get from the umeboshi, just a traditional umeboshi is going to be in a liquid vinegar pickling liquid. So yeah, ko-ume. I wish we could have
Hey,
found
Bill,
more.
I'm picking out the ingredients on my kit. I got my ume here. The date is really old. What's the deal with that?
The date is really old. They were made and frozen immediately. These happen to be
these have been frozen. Okay.
have been frozen, and these happen to be frozen because we had an issue with deliveries and trying to make everything. So we froze it and then kept them cold, and they were 100% safe to get to people's houses, even if they weren't going to be home right away when we made our delivery. So I'm pretty excited about that. They are. They've been sitting in a deep freeze now since then, which is kind of my favorite thing, that we can still make it work. The only thing that may have like suffered from anything would be the juice portion of it. But I'm particular about this cocktail needing lemon and lime juice, so we just kind of went with it because we had the lemon and lime juice already ready to go and pre-measured. So we just went with it. The kits were ready, and I mean, all of them were already stacked and good to go. I'm all about it.
Okay, cool.
But before we do it,
Cool.
I want everybody to get some way to muddle this. And I got this great, my father-in-law made me this great African Blackwood muddler. And we're not going to smash the shit out of this thing. We're just going to give it a nice pop. We're going to squeeze a little bit of saltiness out of it. We're just going to crack it down to the nut inside of it, the pit.
So just the umes in the tin.
That's it. You're just giving it one pop, one quick smash. You don't want little bits and chunks to have to get out of your cocktail, and you don't want too much cloudiness to come through. You just want the salty flavor, that brightness and tanginess of that particular plum, the ume plum, and that's it. Really, really simple. Nothing too crazy. You can, if you crack the pit, that totally works too. It's just going to add more color to the whole thing. Let's do juice next for this one, John. Or no, let's not. That one ume plum was like one of our sons. This is Binary Sunset, right? That was one of our sons. That was the salty. We have the medicinal burning like spice of the really, really spicy ginger juice syrup. So what I've done is I took a juicer and juiced down tons of ginger root and added basically a little over 3/4 by weight. So I weighed how much the ginger juice weighed, and then added just over 3/4 of that weight in sugar to the whole thing. But it gives it a really, really rich, spicy gingeriness to it. A little different than the one we used before, right?
Right. So if people want to make this at home, the ratio on the screen, 4 to 3, is that 4 parts ginger juice to 3 parts sugar, or did I get that backwards?
No, that's correct. And,
Okay.
And if you go a little bit over, you're going to be okay too. Taste it. It's going to be it's going to be a little less spicy, a little more, sweet the more sugar you add to it. If you're, and it's to your preferred taste. You are worthy of good drinks no matter how you're going to have it. So you got to help put some input in on how you prefer this. One thing I like to tell guests is that if you aren't appreciative of that heat, let me know now. We'll tone it down just a little bit for you, make it approachable. Because I want you to try it more than anything else. All the rest of the flavors are there to make you happy. You don't have to put yourself in an uncomfortable place to get the perception of flavor there. All right, so next up, let's do juices, and we already have measured out, and now should be defrosted for everybody. I just took mine out a little while ago. Our lemon and lime juice. It's going to be 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice and 1/4 of an ounce of lime juice. All right, and that's going to mix really, really well with our green plum shrub. This is taking a green plum syrup, a Korean green plum syrup. We're adding not only some fruit and botanicals to it, but we're adding a little bit of fantastic vinegar to it, very specific vinegar to it, just to really bring out that flavor. And then last but not least, we're going to add a rich honey syrup, and this one is going to be a 3-to-1 that John and I have been doing. John, you turned me on to the 3-to-1. I did a 1-to-1 before, but I really, really appreciate this ratio.
It works.
It works really well.
They said it couldn't be done.
but it can be done. And then lastly, we need to pick our spirit. I'm going to use a blended scotch. I suggest it for everybody out there. If you want, you can use something like Japanese whiskey like Toki. They tend to have a really scotchy profile to their flavor. A little bit more peat, a little bit more smoke. I'm going to use Monkey Shoulder. John, what are you going to use?
I think Shackleton.
Shackleton. I had a draw. I didn't know which to choose, but I have more Monkey Shoulder, so that's what I went with.
I love Shackleton as my go-to Scotch base.
Thanks for finding it.
Good by itself too.
It is great by itself. In fact, you know what? I think that's why I picked the Monkey Shoulder for this. For me, is the Shackleton I'll drink by itself more often than I will the Monkey Shoulder.
Sure. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, in a way. So the Monkey Shoulder is sort of a sacrifice here. No offense to Monkey Shoulder.
Right. We do love your product.
Yes. Yes, I have Monkey Shoulder as well. I could join you on this ride, but
No, I think you shouldn't.
I'm feeling the Shackleton. Get it on the camera just a sec here.
How would I do on the rest of those measurements, John?
The portions were perfect on this kit.
Ooh, thank goodness. All right. And that's interesting to know that being frozen for that long, they didn't lose too much integrity.
Right. Right.
The Ume plums seem to be a little less dry, so I was curious about the rest.
Right, and then 2 ounces of Scotch, right?
Oh, yep.
Sorry, I almost caught up. Alrighty.
You ready? Grab some ice. All right, let's shake it up. We're gonna do, this is a nice strong drink. So let's make sure we get at least 30 seconds in that shake. Ooh, will you go grab me that big cube? Drink. Well, I only needed 20 seconds. That's ready, though. I think Brie just died. I sent her out to get a big cube. She had to go out and bear the heat for a hot minute.
Oh,
I hope she makes it back.
memories of Arizona?
Yeah. Yeah. Although it's funny. I feel a different intensity here. I don't know if I'm just, my blood is thin to it. But yeah, basically memories of Arizona. It's been 100.
You doing a big cube? Big cube here, or
I'm gonna do a big cube.
special ice?
I'm gonna do a big cube, and it looks like the big cubes aren't ready, so I have this great backup. Uni Evi. Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah, I got those.
So
Nice.
I have one of the spheres. I'm gonna use that because it's ready to go. But this should be a big cube for sure. It's gonna be strong and spicy, and it only tastes it tastes great as it dilutes a little bit. So anytime you have that kind of flavor profile, give yourself a little bit of bump of longevity, not only for your cocktail, but it gives you something that you don't feel like you have to finish that cocktail and move on to the next one right away. You can sip and enjoy yourself and kind of enjoy your company a little bit more than focusing on how fast your cocktail's going or how much the flavor's changing as it warms. Sometimes that's not awesome. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes you want it. This cocktail, yeah, you don't need it as much. All right, so big cube. Now that I let my shaker sit that long, I'm gonna give it a little stir before I strain. Make sure you double strain.
Harker's got it. They're going Death Star on this one.
Ooh, you called it. How did I not think of that? Thank you for being the brains of the operation.
Wow.
What was that?
The ice cube's like the Death Star.
One more binary, one more sun
it.
for the sunset.
Ternary sunset.
Right?
Ternary is such a fun word to say.
All right, so everybody grab, everybody who has your kits with us, grab your Smoky Peak bitters that I made and gave to you. If you don't, and you can grab a little bit of Lefroy or a very heavily peated, a very heavily smoked scotch. And if you don't have a mister, we're going to do a couple spritzes, mists. If you don't have that, about a half a bar spoon dropped right on the very top, gently. Especially if you have a big cube like this, drop it right on the top of that cube, because you want to get that in your snout. You want to get that in your olfactory glands, right? That's what it's there for, because you have this smokiness at the beginning. Well, we'll talk about that as soon as we do it, right? John, you ready with that bitters? Bitters at the ready, Noble Bitter Company.
Oh yeah, I love these things. Yes.
This is a bergamot, lemon, and scotch bitters. All right, couple, 2, 3,
Oh my gosh.
4 spritzes right on top.
I tried some.
What do you
Took
think?
some off my hand. So good.
Thanks. I had fun making it. I always had this dream of it. I'm like still breathing in right now.
Alright, y'all ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers, y'all. Oh,
Rich, a little creamy.
feeling the heat of two suns.
Delicious.
A little bit of that burn right on your lips there. Like I was thinking, like a sunburn. If you're on, I think that's what I said, right? Tatooine sunburn or something like that.
You know, last time I tasted this drink, it was still freezing out. And it was very wintry at the time, but there's like some coolingness to it that I appreciate in the summer too.
It has a year-round
It
effect
really
to it.
is binary sun. The duality.
At its best. Done. Bye, everybody. Just kidding. I find it interesting the way the structure of the ume plum changed a little bit. It's like plummier. Yeah.
So, great. I mean, it's a great Star Wars reference, but Star Wars reference aside, this is a riff on one of my favorite cocktail. Not my everyday cocktail, but my all-time favorite cocktail, the penicillin.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Scotch, lemon, ginger, a smoky scotch on top.
Right.
But that plum and that shrub adding that extra vinegary tartness to everything, so cool.
Thanks. I feel like it takes it to a different, like a little bit different plane, but still like nods back at its at its predecessor. That's kind of where I wanted to take it. I wanted to take it more specific flavor profile and that salty tanginess to really accentuate that more than the original ever had. But I wanted you to know what you were. I think that's a fun thing to be able to let people know what they were tasting. Oh,
Yeah.
Luciv, good point. Luciv says that they think they'd enjoy it with bourbon too. It would be great with bourbon as well. The Scotch tends to lend its tanginess lends itself to the smokiness of it. But I agree with you. The butteriness would be a little bit more, and with bourbon, the sweetness would honestly make it a little more approachable, I think, for people. if they've never had a penicillin, especially before. What do you think, John?
Yeah, yeah. Scotch is a challenging flavor for the uninitiated, especially a whiskey. But if you're not sure about Scotch, yeah, kind of slow roll this one, with a little bourbony sweetness,
Right.
caramel.
And you're still getting some Scotch on the nose, so maybe it catches them like it
Yeah,
already puts them a
really
little.
Yeah, that I love that the peat bitters that you have on top. That is a great alternate.
Here you go.
This is a fun like little spin on the penicillin's original Lefroy float. Again, a challenging. The thing is, it's only a float in the original drink, the penicillin.
Right.
So you smell it and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna like this. This is too medicinal. This is too like I'm about to drink a campfire. But it's such a small part of the drink, and so you still get that if you swap out bourbon here, because you're just using a mister on top. So that's still fun, a little bit challenging.
Right.
But I think you'll find the drink will. Well, the original point of the penicillin is to cure all that ails you, right?
Right. Exactly. And that's the bridge to it. And that's funny that you said that, because that's exactly why I always wanted bergamot with it. Because bergamot is one of my favorite, most aromatic citruses. Not many people, I feel like only a few people know it as being a citrus that's in Earl Grey tea. But outside of that, nobody really has any exposure to it. And it's so floral and aromatic within itself and within its peel and its tangy bitterness that, they were kind of kismet almost. Like I felt like they could be two sides of the same coin when you had that. Whereas you're hit with, when you breathe in, you're hit with the smokiness. And it kind of like when you're at a campfire, right? The smoke hits you. And then there's like this sweet thing that you start appreciating. It's what people love about barbecue. There's this. Wow, I think I'm going to reference a bitter melon thing, or a bitter. There was a Japanese candy that was so bitter that it would make everything, like even lemons, taste sweet if you ate it. Do you know about this, John?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
So I wonder if it's like that kind of thing. Like it's that. The same thing with this, like that aromatics helps bridge your brain into a fun new trick.
These bitters are a trick. Yeah, I like it because I'm used to this drink with just straight Lefroy, which I like. I like smoky Scotch. I like strong flavors, but this is so different, noticeably different.
Thanks.
That's cool. The trick.
Well, and oddly enough, little trade secret for that particular one is I still smoked some fruit with it, too. I actually smoked some lemon peels, and they are part of the bitter, like, creation of the bitters. Because you're already losing some of the smoke from the Scotch as you're introducing new flavors into it, so you wanted to, like, kind of reassert it back in. And more in the future, I'm really excited to play with different like wood smokes to see what different flavor profiles we can enhance with those. You know, cherry wood is going to be a different flavor profile coming off as you exhale. Applewood, we all know, between applewood and hickory, I think most people have had bacon or some other smoked meat that they can tell the difference between hickory and applewood at this point now. It's been around long enough. Do you agree, you two?
I can't tell.
Really? You can't taste hickory differently than, like,
Yeah, I'm gonna guess.
the sweetness of applewood?
I don't know.
I wouldn't know.
It's okay.
Fucking weirdo. Well, welcome. That's
What
why
about the bitters
we're all here.
refrigerated question? Because I think
No. Sorry, Lucif. Don't worry about refrigerating your bitters. For yours, the label isn't waterproof, so I know for that
It'll melt
fact, for that it'll melt off. But also, so they should be in a cool, dry place, kind of like any of your spices.
would you like to tell the viewers your
And it is miracle fruit. Oh my gosh.
Billy
Yeah,
was,
it's not botanic. It's not so the reason we do like wine or vermouth is because they are still a fruit based. They're grape based, and grapes they turn into vinegar eventually. Something with such high proof alcohol, and it is considered to be what's the word too, when it's so high proof, and even if we bring it down to 45%, it can't be, it's potable because there are so many products in it that are like, you couldn't, the point is that you couldn't get drunk off bitters. Like if I sold you a whole 5 ounces of bitters and you drank it, you would throw up long before you ever got drunk, because of all the things that are in it. Like it's a strong amount of bittering agents for your system. What is that? Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say your expedition this morning, up and down the stairs.
Oh, like I had to save my bitters though from the heat. If it's 115 degrees, I had some, John, in storage, some bitters in storage, because I keep them. So bitters in your bottles, especially the ones that you've gotten from me, they will oxidize depending on what they're made out of. The more botanical, the faster they oxidize, and the faster they can lose their fresh taste and the actual true taste. Does that make sense?
Okay. Sure.
So I prefer to keep them in like larger quantities until I like portion them out to sell individually, right? Or like portion them out to like for these classes or anything else, because they go bad faster in a little bottle, basically. But all of a sudden I'm realizing 115, not only am I worried about them going bad, but I'm worried about them turning into Molotov fucking cocktails in the hot garage. Because I have big jars of overproof alcohol that have like great flavor, but like still are overproof alcohol. So getting too hot, I wouldn't want that glass to just crack and then start a fire. I don't know if that's how it works, but I wouldn't want to be the one to test it.
Yeah. We blew up our apartment complex.
Right, yeah.
Were you making meth? No.
No, I'm just an idiot.
So I'm going to pause, and I need to show you something on Instagram. Look at Tarts.
Holy shit, that's awesome!
Her Grogu
You had the best one!
It's fantastic.
Oh, I should have thought of a skewer.
So
Yeah, everybody
smart.
go on Instagram, check out Tart. Or wait, Tart.
I put it on your. It's
Oh.
on Thirsty Therapy.
Never mind.
story.
Check out Thirsty Therapy. Thank you, Tarts. Well done. With your classy ass
So good.
freaking skewers. Those are awesome.
Okay. Sorry, that needed to be said on the stream.
Well, I'm still, speaking of Grogu, still my friend.
Oh, that's so good.
Right? So good.
Also, shout out to Tarts pouring the bitters into her cooler, her air purifier.
Her
Oh
swamp
yeah, I
cooler.
saw that. Just a little bit of like Scotch shower for everybody.
I read something today about like.
The opposite of Irish Spring. Have a Scotch shower. Just pour some Scotch all over you. It's great.
Love it.
What were you gonna? Should I move on?
I don't know where we're going.
Oh no, I was just wondering. I thought you were showing us something. I thought you were
Sorry,
saying
my
it
phone's
reminded me
ringing.
of something.
No.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Sorry, everyone.
Johnny, happy?
We'll have to show the Instagram in the mailbag. We'll have to pipe that into the screen at some point. We'll have to figure it out now.
Yeah.
How to do what?
How to pipe it into the screen, kind of like we did last week, where we showed like pictures of the Savoy cocktail book, where we could show pictures of that.
Yeah.
You'll have
Viewer
to be on it. I
submissions.
don't know if you'll be able
Put
to
it on
like,
the
chat with
to-do
your
list.
friends the same way. We'll
I'm
have
not
to.
chatting with my friends. I'm on Instagram for Thirsty
I'm
Therapy.
just-
I need you to get off me. You are not my boss.
No, I have no.
All right, so
I have no idea what it would take.
Well, it's 8 o'clock. We got after hours coming up. We made our scheduled drinks, and we got a meal and a shot and a beer coming up, right?
Meal and a shot and a beer. What's our beer?
Excited.
The old standby, the Pacific Northwest favorite,
Rainier. What's our beer? Rainier's
Rainier.
our beer.
Wow.
Rainier beer.
Right? John was with it. Sassy
Sorry.
pants over here.
And we've got a mystery shot, thanks to Lucef from the Savoy cocktail book.
Holy shit, mystery shot is right. Mystery shot to the head. Brie can't have any of that.
We
shit.
gotta. We're gonna mix it. We're gonna mix
Tell
it
me
during
what I
after
can
hours,
do.
right? So I'll bring my bottles to the dinner table.
Ooh, me too. Well, really to the bar top, but I'll bring them. I'll be
I
here.
mean, this is our dinner table, though.
Cool. Did you get your food already?
We did.
Yeah, it's sitting on the
Mine-
porch because it's 100+ degrees outside, so it's just been chilling.
Mine is en route.
Ooh,
So I think by the time we get things torn down and cameras set back up, my food will be ready.
nice. Are you
I
ready?
know.
Are you ready already?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's do it then.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. I'm gonna seal
See
this
y'all
one on the way
in a
out.
minute.
very good. It feels familiar. don't stop. Let me explain something.
John, am I on screen? Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And then you lost it. There you go.
There I go. Fuck it
Oh,
up.
snap, we're back.
Bam! Hot yai. John, are you excited?
Yeah, I've never had them.
Ooh, I'm feeling quite peckish.
Yeah. Look, I
Like
got
that.
I got my twin bag of hot yai and the bottle of absinthe. What the hell?
Ooh, wait, our absinthe is back here.
Oh,
But
it
we'll
was
get-
a fake
we'll get to that
bag.
in a minute. Da, da, da. That was a real bag.
Hey, y'all.
It's just empty now. Hi.
Weird.
How are you? What was it?
Towels. They look
Oh.
weird.
They're clean.
Great. So, unboxing?
Yeah.
Food?
Yeah, you start the unboxing from food. Thank you, Hot Yai, for the delicious food today. We're very excited.
Got some cucumber salad,
Ooh, we did too.
Hey, start with the coldies.
some rice. I think it came with my main dish.
You got, that's the
Uh,
jasmine rice.
What is this? Some sort of, oh, pickled.
Ooh, we got
Some
pickles too.
Should we turn this one off?
That is a healthy amount of pickles. I'm happy with that.
I love that we both got the extras of cucumber salad and pickles.
Curry, which comes with my combo.
Same.
I got a hot yai combo. I've never been, so just kind of feeling out this place.
The fried
And
chicken
then I also
combo?
got on the site it just said hot yai combo.
Did you
Yep.
get chicken?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it comes with a piece of chicken. And then I got some pork belly thing.
Ooh.
I can't remember what it's called. It just says MW.
I don't know either.
Northwest.
I'll look it up. Anyway, my first time trying this place. I'm gonna have a little bit of everything. I hope.
Yes.
So that was your second choice outside of your combo was to get the NW. Was an extra?
Oh yeah,
meat? Was an extra thing?
it's pork belly with a fried egg on it. Hell yeah.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Oh shit, I missed that.
I know. So Belmont and Killingsworth have
Belmont.
a little bit different menus.
We got Killingsworth. That's right, John.
No, we got Belmont.
Or Belmont. You got Killingsworth.
Belmont was the only one that was delivered to me, so I went with them.
You did get
Killingsworth
Belmont.
one might be closer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems counterintuitive, but
Okay, but here's the combo.
Sorry for telling you what you got then.
no. Look
Where
at
you got it
us.
from?
I am excited.
Got it from her.
The combo also comes with rice. I just got a ton of rice. Okay,
You
maybe
got
the rice
lots
comes
of
with the
rice.
pork belly.
Did you get sticky
Yeah, it comes
rice
with
and jasmine rice?
Sticky rice with the main thing, and
Yeah.
then maybe the
Yeah.
regular rice comes with the pork belly. And I know the curry came with the thing. Anyway,
You
Oof.
got lots of goodies.
lots of goodies.
So we did the same as you. We got like the whole chicken combo. So we got the curry and the roti and the sticky rice and the chicken. We also got cucumber salad and pickles. And then
Those were our
what did we
add-ons.
get?
And then we got the green curry with the brisket. So it was the curry brisket.
Is it bad that I'm most excited for the roti?
Yeah. The roti
It's
was delicious.
it's really good for me.
And you dip it in the curry. Last time we got it, we didn't
It's
get
all
curry.
buttery.
Like the Grubhub peeps forgot to deliver our curry, and it was
And
very
roti.
sad.
We didn't get
story.
any roti.
Oh, we didn't get roti either. It was sad. I was sad.
So this time Brie selflessly went to get it for us.
What do you do with the curry?
Dip.
It's a
Is
dunker
it dip?
and a sipper.
Cool. Okay.
And then this is like sauce for the chicken if you got this.
We actually got
Okay.
one extra one too, so I put that aside because every time we get this, it's like it'll last for days and we can keep extending it. So that curry will go into something else too. We'll turn it into something else. Maybe curry.
All right. So
fried rice
shall we get a little food in our belly and then we can talk drinks after that?
Let's
Yeah.
dive in. Yeah,
Rice.
that's a good call.
And
I'm
some
going for
roti.
the pickles.
The pickles are delicious. Here's some roti.
And these ones say cold, the ones in the chicken box got hot, so I like this better. They're all the same ones. For the pickles, they're jalapenos, shallots. I don't know if this is supposed to be a Fresno chili. I think it might be. It's just a little thinner.
There's supposed to be papaya in there too.
Is this papaya? Green papaya?
Oh
Or
yeah,
something?
maybe.
What are you starting with, John?
Roti.
Yeah. Roti
Straight
dipped
to
in
the
curry.
most bread-like thing.
Hello,
Pickles
sir.
are a good call, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you know the story of Hot Yai? They're Portland-based, right?
They are. I don't know enough of the story to do it justice. I know that Alan is their owner.
You know the
I
owner?
that, yeah, he's a really nice, crazy nice person. I used to take care of him at a furry. I might have taken care of him at Bamboo as well. We seemed to be familiar with each other when we met, but we neither one of us could put a thumb on where it was from. And then Earl Nimsum, I believe, I'm probably mispronouncing his last name. Earl, who does Long Bon and Brie Padi, and then he's also part of Eam and so many other fantastic places. He's a part of Hot Yai as well. I know they have some sort of connection, maybe if nothing else, just help. But good people doing a great, focusing on making a good product and not going, they don't do 1,000 things. They're not the quintessential, we've talked about the Cheesecake Factory. They're doing a good thing and they're sticking to it. They're this particular style of fried chicken and the curries and the roti is their staple, and they do a really good job of it. What do you, I mean, in our opinion, what do you think so far?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, distinct, hearty portion of chicken. That sauce is great. Chicken's good by itself. Yeah, this is good.
The curry we got is super spicy.
Oh yeah, you can't control the spice levels, which neither one of us.
Oh yeah, there
normally
were a
mind.
couple dishes. There were a couple dishes that said, that warned you, no substitutions on spice. So I just avoided those.
We got one.
Yeah, we got one of those. It's delicious. It's spicy.
I'm not looking for. I think that might ruin the meal for me.
Yeah.
I'm not seeking
No,
out.
good for-
I'm not seeking out war.
No, yeah, as the good call. And in fact, that was always my intention. Now I've been able to develop a better palate for spice, but my intention with not going for extra heat was always, why do I want to not taste my food? If all I'm tasting is burning, I'm not tasting all those great flavors somebody intended. And now, for some reason, something switched, and I can do both now, even with all that heat. But you kind of succumb to the heat, right? You go a little numb.
So I think you taste different flavors when it's spicy.
Yeah. Oh
I think
yeah.
there's
There's
some
definitely times
spices that are-
I enjoy. I see the point of spice. I enjoy it. It's just I can't take a lot of it.
Right.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Right. But you're just but I also know where my place is within it. What's comfortable
I know my
for me.
limits.
Right. Ooh, these plantains are nice and super,
Yeah.
super
They're
hard.
delicious.
And excited to try it. Trying to get mine all prepped.
Whew. That beer cold yet? Any?
Probably not. But go for it anyway. Warm beer is better.
What's going on? You don't have cold beer?
No. We were terribly behind.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be better than nothing. I'll put 2 more right now.
So this heat wave in Portland, a little bit different than I'm experiencing it a little differently than in maybe years past. I feel like Portland gets a triple-digit day like this, a 100-degree day, one, 2, 3 times a summer. I never thought it was a big deal before, but I follow a lot more businesses on Instagram now, mostly food and drink businesses, and half of them are saying, for our patrons and staff safety, we are closing for the heat wave, and the other half are saying, we've got AC, come hang out with us.
Yeah.
Right.
And because all the past years, I didn't think it was that big a deal.
I mean, I'm gonna say that I think the
instant.
mask thing changes it. To be hot and in a mask in a restaurant is like does not sound awesome.
Dude, yesterday it was John. You and I were out with a friend, and I had my mask on. I had to keep switching back between a cloth and a N95 mask because I kept literally getting mine so wet that it was like I couldn't breathe through it from time to time. Like all of a sudden it would just stick to my face, and all of a sudden I was like, holy shit. I couldn't imagine living with this in Arizona
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
on the
point.
daily.
That's a good point.
Also, another thing I thought of, we typically have them in like August, right? So the days are already shorter.
This is early. Yeah, sure.
So like we're in like the longest days of the summer, and it's like this hot. So I mean that changes.
Well, it's also never been 115 here either.
Yeah.
Like today's 106.
Is
Today
it
was a
record-breaking?
Yeah, today was a record. We already broke the record. And then we're going to break the record from today, tomorrow, and then...
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So, while I agree with you in some portions, like that there some people really overreact to the heat
Also just...
because, and like my kids, like super thin blood, like can't handle it because they're used to the overcast,
Yeah.
chilly days more than any of the other days. But like, yeah, I can't imagine like there. So we're already. So imagine an air conditioned or how about a restaurant in the wintertime? The cooks that are back there are already in 120-degree heat
Yeah. Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and that's when it's like 40 degrees outside.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, back of the house, it doesn't matter if you have air conditioning. Like, you're roasting. And if you're in a cart...
If you're smart, you're wearing pants, full pants, and like long sleeves because so you don't burn your skin, melt your skin off the hot oil, and like all the accidents that can happen.
Yeah.
So to like protect yourself and be, you're probably better. It probably is keeping you cooler too. It's like back in the heat if you're working outside wearing like long light colors that actually block the skin.
Yeah.
But we're in an apartment with air conditioning right now too this year, and it's like what a treat.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel super lucky.
So regarding the mask thing, I read that our state governor wants to reopen the state June 30th.
No matter what.
Does that mean-
We're supposed-
Does that mean masks are gone, or what does reopen?
I think it means that she dropped. I mean, based on what I read, there'll be like no more mandates. So, which means that in theory, it's like businesses get to decide then, which can be tricky.
Oh, sure, up to them. Yeah.
I mean, basically, what it means is like all of her executive orders like go away. So, like in theory, like there's no longer any sort of state level requirements for masks. So businesses get to decide. Hospitals and like healthcare associate like those kind of settings still have to wear masks. Let's see what else.
Regardless.
Yeah, I mean, like, Oregon Department of Education came out today and said, like, schools are going to reopen. No masking is required. Kind of like. So yeah, it seems like everything's kind of fallen back. So we shall see. We're super close.
They've been
to
useful for the heat.
70%. Yeah.
Right. I was just saying it could have been useful for the heat wave.
It could have been useful for the heat wave. Hopefully, people are just like staying in air conditioning or finding one of the cooling
Hopefully
centers.
they're watching the stream.
Yeah.
From the
In their
comforts of a
air-conditioned
cool house. Yeah. Otherwise, get somewhere cool. Stop watching the
Yeah.
stream.
Exactly. Go to the convention center. Find a place with air conditioning.
I'm curious how
Rise on
many more.
climate.
Right.
Sure.
I like that. I'm curious how many more people start having more pools.
Now
As
that-
often as we have
yeah.
these like hotter days. More and more though.
Yeah. I'm super grateful we have a pool right now.
Hell yeah.
The new apartment that you moved into in the last couple months.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
Super fans. Super fans.
Everybody loves the pool.
Yeah.
And we're in a great community too. It's really fun.
Yeah.
John, are you happy? What are you thinking of all the food?
Well, I'm not really talking, so yes, I'm
I
happy.
know. We're all like shoving our face.
Right? We're all hungry
Yeah, I
and
think
happy.
that's my personal hallmark of a good restaurant is egg flavor go in mouth. Switching to pork belly now.
Ooh, let us know. We haven't had that one.
Yeah. So is it fried pork belly with an egg on top?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like local muffle kind of. All right.
Whew.
I love the spicy stuff though on these hot days. It really does cool you off.
It does cool you off. How are you? What do you think? Yummy.
Happy with your food?
Yeah.
Do you want to say thanks to Hot Yai?
What?
You want to say thank you, Hot Yai?
That's where we got it from.
Wait, we can't see you over there. You gotta come over here. Hot Yai's with the
Come right
food
here.
you're eating.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hot Guy.
Nice.
Hot guy. Thank you, hot guy.
Mm-mm-mm.
Did you like the bread? Did you have chicken? Okay, that's good. Goodbye.
I love you.
Whew.
So now that
Spicy.
we have some food in our belly, yes?
Yes.
We should probably make that other drink, huh?
Oh yeah, the shop.
As soon as I get my hands full and stop putting stuff in them. John,
Cooling
see,
down with
John
the
knows what I mean.
Cooling down with a cucumber salad.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I just did too.
That's right. We got to get all shook up with our earthquake, huh?
I'm about ready. Okay. Well, we got beer in a shot. I'll pour myself a Rainier. Classic after hours drink.
Right?
And if and if you talk to bar patrons in Portland, it's a anytime drink.
Yeah. Oh.
Way better than you ever thought it would be, right?
Yeah.
Rainier.
Yeah.
It's
good.
our default way more than
Especially with spicy food.
either one of us would expected.
Baby ducks.
A light water or spicy ducks.
Baby ducks. Spicy.
It actually goes pretty well with this meal.
It does. It's like light.
The
Refreshing.
funny thing is, Do you think Hot Guy, if you were to eat in at that restaurant, do you think they serve Rainier on draft? No, it's probably some Portland IPA, right?
They might have Thai.
I bet they do. I bet they have Singai or like a Thai kind of style or a different. I bet they have like a different.
They probably have some Portland beer.
Yeah.
Maybe we can find out.
I hope they have some Thai beer,
Free.
something light that goes with the food. But I suspect they're gonna have, caving to pressure, some Portland IPA that your mouth is already melted from the hot curry. Let's just melt it more with some Portland hops.
Right. But you know what's funny is I thought Rainier fell along the same place as like PBR when I first moved here. Like it was a trendy. It's the Keystone Light of beers. Like it's trendy and gets you drunk, but like people are just excited about it because it's cool to not be cool, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's local.
Ish.
I've never seen this anywhere except in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah.
But like Rainier actually like has a worthy better flavor.
Yeah.
It does taste good. Yeah.
You can't get around the like weedy maltiness of it that actually like does it doesn't overpower any of the food that you're eating, but it actually like enhances it and like and is great for heat too. Brie looked it up. They got Singai, which is Thailand. They got Chang, which is Thailand. They have Leo, Thailand. They have Caldera IPA from Ashland. What's that? Which that's a mild can IPA, right? And what was the last one? You just took it away.
Oh, it was just take home a six pack. But I don't know what they have on. I mean, this doesn't tell us what they have on draft.
John did specifically cite draft, I suppose.
Yeah, so we'd have to find out.
Like this Rainier goes so well right now. I'm so glad we picked this beer.
Yeah, thank you.
Good.
Thanks for picking it,
Yeah. Perfect.
John.
Because I definitely would not want like a super hoppy IPA with this.
It'd burn your mouth more.
Exactly.
Totally.
Exactly.
Alright, you ready for this earthquake?
Look at your baby shaker.
I thought it was cute. I was
It is.
inspired by Scottish mixology.
So should I share this on the screen?
Yeah, do you have it? Probably yeah. What do I need again? Absent.
Get your booty out of my face.
My mouse is failing me. I can't control OBS.
What do you want me to do?
That's fine. We'll just describe the shot.
Okay.
Just describe it.
John, do you want to take the reins on this one?
Okay. Yes. I mean, I have the screenshot locally, at least on my screen, even though I can't share it. So the Savoy cocktail book, which we did on the last stream. Everything's in alphabetical order, and in the E section, the letter E, you have the earthquake cocktail. So called because if there should happen to be an earthquake when you are drinking it, it won't matter. This is a cocktail whose potency is not to be taken too lightly, or for that matter, too frequently.
I believe it.
1/3 gin, 1/3 whiskey, 1/3 Pernod. Shake well and serve in a cocktail glass.
Did I miss my Rittenhouse over there?
Now it's and we discussed last time Pernod, was the common absinthe maker at the time. Nowadays Pernod is something else. It's Anise Castis. It's not actually. They probably still have an absinthe, but it's most famous for their absinthe alternative after absinthe got banned.
Right.
Now absinthe is back.
Exactly.
So we're doing equal parts gin, whiskey, and absinthe. What?
Gin, whiskey, and absinthe.
What? Like equal parts. What's a Negroni? That's an equal part three ingredient drink. Gin, sweet vermouth, Campari, and it's just such a magical. It's got everything. But this drink, this shot, gin, whiskey, absinthe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am nervous.
Me too.
Nervous about this
I'm
earthquake.
nervous too.
As you all should be. I can't find my Rittenhouse. I thought I had,
Yeah, so I'm
I had
doing.
one of these.
So okay,
stacks.
we're both doing Rittenhouse. I got
Well, if you can find it.
basically rye, close the best whiskey of the time.
Right. Which I just.
I
that's
have
what
art-
wanted my
I have-
Rittenhouse for.
I have Aria gin.
I'm using
River Rain.
I just put it out there.
River Rain.
The River Rain.
Nice. And then my lucid absinthe. So we're gonna shake this. Oh, and even though this is not normally a shake and drink, but it probably needs the dilution, right? These 3 high spirit ingredients.
I would assume so.
And I think it'll
Yeah.
express some of the flavor, like help open some of the flavor. We're not going to shake it really, really heavy. I just thought it'd be fun to shake a little. Oh, here's my Rittenhouse.
Oh,
Sure.
you found it.
Sure. I mean, it says
A
that.
little agitation. It says that? Does it really?
It says shake it.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. I was just winging that part.
So we're doing this as a shot, so I can really make it as, and it's expressed in ratio, so I can make this as small or large as I want it.
Exactly. And I even grabbed a chicken wing for good measure halfway through. So, if you get some chicken wing skin in it, it'll be delicious and add a savory
I was
umami to the
impaled
whole.
current.
You're welcome. Brie got an olfactory twist for her cocktail. Just excited to go back into that. Brisket. All right, so Rittenhouse, River Rain, so super rich, heavy botanicals.
Whoa.
So sorry. Bang the gong, huh? If you will.
Whoa.
And this is the most I'm sorry, okay? Most absinthe I've ever used at once.
At most a drink will call for a 1/4 ounce. I've never seen more than that. This is a third of whatever we're shooting.
Right. In not, unless I'm drinking just absinthe, I've never had this much corn at once. And you know what, John? I'm not going to be able to use that cute ass little shaker. Not even close. Look at it. It's, I don't know if you can see, but it is almost filled. I could put
He has
2
a baby
cubes in
shaker.
there.
Yeah, you're gonna put it in the big
I was going to try and make it all cutesy and shit, but we don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. You're welcome. You used me.
Booties in my face.
All right. And I'm more shocked than anything, John, that there was no reference to expression of oil on this one.
Right.
Is that drip? Hurry up.
Right. Again, Negroni for comparison, 3 equal parts, genius invention. Hard to get that balance where 3 things divide equally. I just don't expect these 3 things to balance equally.
Ooh,
Yeah.
You said it exactly right, sir. I was hoping in my brain, I was like, please, we're going to have to adjust your expectations then, because I don't think this is good.
Oh no, I'm ready. There's a lot of things like this in the Savoy Cocktail book where, like you said, maybe one person out of 1,000 thought it was good and it became their drink, and so they put it in the book.
Right. Here you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
I'm like, is
Cheers.
this like a sipping shot?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're just going to...
Sipping.
It's a cocktail, technically.
It smells like black licorice.
Tastes a little bit. Tastes a lot like it. Tastes...
This tastes like just absinthe.
Yeah. That's it.
I might as well have just drank an ounce of absinthe.
And we could have diluted it differently and
Bree's
added
face
sugar.
said it.
It kind of tastes like Jaeger.
It does kind of.
Not a fan.
Thanks, Lucif, for suggesting this.
She took one too. I gotta check in. She
Yeah.
gotta sign off.
She
But
to sign off. I wonder how she's doing. Wow.
holy. I'm not sure with the spicy food either.
Yeah. Might have to do something with that.
Like, what are those?
Am I having a
What
stroke?
are the like the now and plenty? What the fuck are those called? Those candy?
Oh,
Good and
Good and
Plenty.
Plenty.
I
Yeah.
feel like I just like put a
You're
whole
right.
box of those in my mouth.
They were the candy coated licorice ropes, basically.
They're
Mhm.
like
Right,
pink
right, right.
and bleh. Sorry. Not a black
What do you
person.
think? What do you think we want to do to change this a little?
Did you fix it?
I mean, it's got to be, you know, an eighth of an ounce of absinthe.
Yeah, can you like mess with the proportions?
Yeah, and I'd say.
But
that you
even
have
so,
to-
like an equal split between gin and whiskey. What is going to balance that?
Yeah.
not
It's
absent.
like that. Even that's a hard rate. It's
Right.
like algebra, right? You know, balancing the two sides of the equal sign.
The equation.
Gin and whiskey, I can't think of how to balance it. And then the
Ooh.
absinthe, also very difficult to balance.
I want
Will it be
strawberry.
good?
I want strawberry and lemon. Or John, you have extra hibiscus. You want to try hibiscus? What'd she say?
Lucif just
Smells
checking. She's
scary.
like, okay, so I'm making the shot and I'm scared of it. Will it be good? It is. I said it is not good. She's like, it smells scary. I'm like, abort. She's like, what can I do to make it better?
Oh, good. That we were just talking about how we can fucking make this better. That's perfect.
I'm trying to think who sat at the Savoy cocktail bar, the American cocktail bar in that hotel, chatted up the bartender and was like, "Oh yeah, this one's got it all: gin, whiskey, absinthe. Yeah."
Can I make my first guess?
She's like, sugar.
As
Yeah.
a guy from beyond, as a guy on the other side of that bar, can I make you my first best guess is a drum?
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, you don't taste the alcohol the same way. So you can handle like more of that. Like, you know, I've had people like, oh, can I? Well, where they'll drink something that you and I would just be like, oh my god, it tastes like burning the whole time. Nope, smooth. And you're like, holy shit. What? That was like 3 removed from paint thinner. What the fuck are you talking about? That was smooth. Like,
Is there any way
Yeah.
to fix this?
yeah. Child Lucif, ask her if she has any strawberry or raspberry preserve jelly.
Where
Do
are
we
you going
have
with
that?
this?
And more lemon peel. I don't know
Really,
a
you're
little
gonna
bit of
fix
lemon
this?
juice. Yeah, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix it. Fix it, Felix! I'm gonna fix it!
Hey, I had a nice local experience with absinthe recently.
Where at?
My gym.
Ooh, is it another one of those like parties?
I'm sorry, touche. I'm pourquoi?
So they, pre-pandemic, we would go out for. It's a great community. We would go out for drinks after workouts. I don't know, people that are really welcoming and you know, challenge you to do better. It was like, you know, rooting each other on. It's not like a stoic, you know, nobody talks to each other, or a boot camp, someone yelling at you situation. I love this
gotta
gym.
go there.
And then we would go out for drinks afterwards on like Friday nights. I've you know, met up for drinks with people from my gym previously, but this one, the whole gym does it. Anyway, the pandemic sucked. for that.
Yeah.
They had to reduce their class size, and we're definitely not going out to bars afterwards because gatherings and bars are closed. And so about a month ago, they had their first similar event, and it didn't make sense on paper. Okay, so they had some farm to table, multi-course meal. Freshly caught trout, freshly, gathered that morning, Brussels sprouts, that sort of thing. That's cool. But then they also had an absinthe tasting at the gym, and they did as part of this event,
Okay.
at the end of the day event on a Friday night. So they shut down the gym for that time. They decorated a little bit, gave it some mood lighting. They brought in the little the absinthe, the dispensers, right? Like the traditional preparation of absinthe, where you drip the fountains where you drip water out onto over the back of a spoon with sugar in it. So you're essentially creating sort of an old fashioned, which is whiskey and sugar, but it's absinthe and sugar and water. And it created this kind of large format absinthe drink. It was lovely. Everybody was a fan. There were other options. There were other drink options. You could order gin and tonic or a beer there, but a lot of people were like, "Give me another absinthe thing. I'm here for the absinthe." And it took me personally years to appreciate absinthe. So that was so cool to see people kind of turn, it be turned around for them in this one night. And especially
leaning into it.
Leaning into it, a gym clientele. This isn't my cocktail society.
No.
Right.
I didn't know how this event was going to go, but it was very lovely.
Huh. So tell me more about your gym.
Yeah,
Like, it's
sounds
just
like
like
a rad place.
private gym? Like what?
It is or was a CrossFit gym. Is a CrossFit gym. CrossFit
Oh, okay.
Blue House in North Portland, St. John's. Blue House Fitness Community, it's now known. CrossFit has this kind of intensity and this sort
it's
of
kind of died off.
cult association with it, but people here are really friendly. They work hard, but we all go out for drinks, and everybody's like really friendly. I didn't know if it was for me, but I walked in and everybody was so friendly to me and just made me want to be there. So I've been
That's
a
awesome.
loyal member for 3 years now.
Wow.
That's really cool.
I love that. I love the smallness of it and the community part of it. Because gyms, my experience with gyms is the opposite of community. It's very judgy and competitive, and people are standoffish.
I worked at a gym, but that was what was its own community. But so
Because
yes,
you worked there.
because I worked there. But
Yeah.
outside, before that, I worked there. I felt that same way. So
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I mean, I think the closest
Totally.
I came to your experience is I did Orange Theory for probably 3 years, almost 2 years, 3 years, and that was small or feeling because there was only a certain amount of people in class and the instructors you got to know everyone. It was much more personal, and they would do mixers and stuff. Having 2 small children doesn't necessarily
Afford you mixer status.
mixers weren't in my. I was lucky if I made it to the gym twice a week. Otherwise, I just stay in my shirt. Sorry, Luke's just
Oh wait, she dying?
Tyler did it. Oh no, I watched his face in the aftermath. It just feels better if I squint my eyes and be quiet. Tyler just took it.
Wait, you just did the whole shot?
Yeah, did he do the whole shot?
Oh, here
shit.
I'm gonna throw mine
Whoa.
back in the shaker. And here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take, and this could make it way worse. Who knows? I'm gonna say that out loud now. I'm gonna take the earthquake, and I'm gonna make it a belly shake.
He did the whole shot.
Hoorah! You two have fun tonight. All right, so I'm gonna go John for both Brie and I. And remember that hibiscus syrup? Ooh, man, I barely have it.
She's like, earthquake!
And I'm gonna go a whole ounce of hibiscus.
Okay.
Because we're just diluting those flavors and adding some more sweetness to it. And then we're gonna add a little bit more lemon back in again. So there's lemon juice. Where'd that
Wait, so
lemon
what
juice
did
go?
you just put in there? Hibiscus?
And strawberry syrup. So the strawberry syrup is just like sweating the juice off the strawberries after you add the sugar to them. The hibiscus syrup is the tea with the sugar added to it. So the strawberry syrup is almost like a strawberry saccharin, like oleosaccharin in a way, but it's not oil based. I'm just looking for, if I had lemon peel scraps, I'd be using those right now, but I don't. So I'm gonna grab another lemon peel because I want to do a Regal shake with this. And where'd that peeler go? Oh wait.
She says this may be the cause of the earthquake.
Right. I think I'm skipping the lemon juice and just going with the peel. Oh, I need ice.
Yeah, so Lucifer's like, I always thought absinthe needed sweetness to counteract the awfulness. I'm like, I think I might agree.
Well, what I'm hoping is that the strawberry, there's some other botanicals in the absinthe that the strawberry and hibiscus are going to draw out. Like, we're going to be more used to trying to, kind of like we did with that other drink. We're looking for some of the other flavors that are built into it. Maybe more mint will come through, or more basil, that kind of profile.
We'll lose the licorice.
Right. We'll like complement the licorice. Can't lose it. It's too strong. You gotta like work
Well, I
with
feel like I don't know. Like, I've had other absinthe drinks where I don't taste the
Most of
licorice.
the time, they only have a spritz of absinthe, not a equal.
It's funny.
parts.
This is
Oh, sure.
equivalent to if it had been 1 ounce of absinthe versus 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Like it'd been the same drink.
Right.
And I like absinthe, so I'm almost done with a shot. I might add some Ramune to it.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Been wondering what to do with this because I got a couple ounces left. I think we can agree like sweetness. Like there was no sugar in the original earthquake recipe.
Yeah, sweetness.
So wait,
This is
how's
definitely
how's
better.
your revised version?
It's still pretty absinthe-y.
I'd say diluting it
Hmm.
even more with like that Ramune soda might be the key, but I don't know how melon and licorice melon and anise go together.
Right. Well, I was liking it before because I could just drink absinthe by itself, and it makes me think, what's the point of the other ingredients?
Right. It almost made the
Let's see if this makes it worse.
Do you normally dilute your absinthe though, or do you just drink it straight?
I don't think. Well, I don't know that I've ever had a full ounce or ounce and a half of absinthe, but I can handle it straight. I like it. I like its flavor. It's definitely an acquired taste. Took me like I've been really like a cocktail nerd for almost a decade now, and it wasn't until maybe the last year where it just clicked. Like, oh my gosh, yes, absinthe. It's good. It's not this horrible thing.
What would your gateway drug before absinthe be if you had just one?
Wait, a gateway drug into.
Two
To
absinthe?
getting an absinthe then, like something that's like a stepping stone. Like we were talking about Pernod's, like the non-absinthe absinthe.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Why did?
there's Herb Saint, or there's
Right. It's so weird because I had like a year of visiting the same bartender over and over again, who he would throw a dash of absinthe or a mist or a quarter ounce into so many drinks. In fact, that was one of his favorite liqueurs to work with. He entered competitions for what's that Swiss brand of absinthe? I don't think it's Pernod. Anyway, Anyway,
Yeah.
I just kept getting exposed to the flavor and thinking, oh, it's nice in this small amount. And then I wanted to make absinthe cocktails at home that called for, a quarter of an ounce or whatever. I'm like, do I dare, buy this whole bottle or even half a bottle? It's so expensive. And then I tried it by itself. And after a year of being trained, I was like, yes, this is great. Maybe the simplest answer. Oh, I figured it out. It's Kubler. Kubler was putting on the competition that he was in.
Okay.
Kubler absinthe. But here's my gateway drug was chartreuse.
Green
Green?
chartreuse. Specifically, it doesn't have the same flavor. Otherwise, there's no one needs
I like
something
the-
yellow. That's why.
Right. Green chartreuse. Yeah, that came up in enough cocktails, like the last word, and I kept encountering that again. It's like, well, this has some sweetness to it. I can have this by itself, and once you get used to that, absinthe becomes easy.
Lucifer wants to know about pineapple juice. Does that make it?
Give it a shot. At this point, we're only putting lipstick on the pig.
Yeah, my Ramune lipstick on this absinthe pig, delightful.
Color Ramune.
Yeah, there you go. I left our Ramune. Just throw that in there. Done.
Right.
It's not mind blowing. It's just pleasant.
Right. Ooh. Ours is much more pleasant with the extra sugar, though. I will admit, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just like, I hate black licorice. Like, hate it. So, like, for me, I'm like, ooh.
Whole lot of nothing awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like not a fan.
I get it.
Remember when we went to Sweden? Swedes love black licorice.
They do.
Love it.
They also like pickled herring and shit too. Like I think that there's a certain.
What? Who does?
The Swedes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
Wait.
regionally like what you.
Excuse
Wait,
me.
are- Wait, Swedes?
Swedish people love black licorice. Like, love it.
Sure.
Like,
Oh,
everywhere.
absolutely. My family's German. I get it. Like Europeans, yeah.
Yeah.
They angle for that. Well, why were we talking about Swedish?
Just black licorice. I just said I hate black licorice. And then we've been to Sweden.
We were in Sweden and there was black licorice.
It was like
big.
Oh, yeah.
The caraway or the anise, like.
Yeah, they love black licorice. I
Yeah,
love
like-
caraway. I just like black licorice.
The German gummy bears, Haribo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like in America, we only have one flavor commonly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the, multicolored bears.
Yeah. They all taste the same.
Well, Haribo has 50 different flavors of candy, not just bears.
Right.
And a very popular one is, black licorice. And I can picture in my head like the little starry like cartoon punching effect of a stamp that says in German lecker, which means delicious. And it's this salty black licorice, not sweet at all. Like,
Yeah, salty.
I'm like,
that's how it is
what?
in Sweden too. It's like
Someone
salty
finds
black
this.
licorice.
This is a treat for someone.
Right,
Yeah.
This isn't the punishment.
Yeah.
For a kid. Like
Yeah.
I can see an old ass adult
Yeah.
just like please just taste it. I want to taste anything at this point.
Like, I can't taste anything
Right, like,
anymore. Just
I
give me
got
something.
decades of my taste buds deteriorating. Like I love the pungentness, but like for kids to be like, no, I seek that out. And you're like, really? Okay. I remember this when I was a kid. Really?
Oh, thank you.
Did you only have beets for sugar outside of this? This is sweet. It's salivating. Almost. Like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm. Oh yeah, that little.
Candy.
Whoa, that little ball in there does stop the ramen from coming out. Anyway, ramen's great. Japanese got their sweets down.
Yeah, they do.
The art of the sweet
I'll be right back.
We'll miss you. Ah. I know those beers can't be cold yet, but I was like deep down wishing they could be.
She dumped some maple syrup and got it down. She said she gave Boone, at first she said she gave Boone the rest of the Ramune, and at first I thought she meant the shot. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, that's one way to convince your kid not to drink. You give him that shot. This is what it tastes like. Oh my God, I'm never drinking.
Why? Why would you adults do this? This is terrible. Ah!
Ugh.
I keep wanting to go back to more of those plantains.
I know, but it's so spicy.
Holy
No, it's spicy, ma'am.
in a great way, but still, I like. I hit at one point. I was so spicy, and I had so much heat in my mouth that I poured the beer in, and the beer fizzled up like that, like the champagne. And my mouth just filled up with foam, like hot burning
Oh my
foam.
goodness.
It's like this isn't working right. It's hot beer. So.
Yeah, there's another one in there that might be better. It wasn't like as hot as I thought it was gonna be. It was cold-ish. It's like cold adjacent. I'm not drinking
Not drinking any more.
that. No.
Pajama jam. What happened?
I like that name though.
What happened if you had a pair of flannel pajamas on in a 150 degree?
Yeah, sounds nice.
Jam jam.
I bet Tate would try.
Or a jam. Oh, pajamas filled with jam.
Yeah.
I got it.
It's okay.
Pray for us. We'll just send us tips on Venmo. Help us have plastic surgery on our thumbs.
It was so hot.
Excuse me.
Oh my goodness.
It was only half on camera, so maybe it was deep fake.
Yeah, that still works though. So you're not your own.
Hey, you're. I can hear you. I can hear you well through our connection, but your mic is not coming through well on the stream.
Oh. Let me take a look.
What do we need to do?
I wonder if when we reconnected the AirPods it changed the input. No, don't do that.
Bring it closer. John, my mouth is on fire. I think my feet are on fire. It's so hot.
Yep, see.
Well, it's not the absinthe.
Absinthe isn't helping, but
Alright, John. How's the mic now?
it was a Robin Williams joke, really. Thank you.
I think you. Yeah, there's a little more background noise, but we can hear your voice better.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
my AirPods disconnected and then reconnected and connected as the microphone. So
We have background noise with the fans and the air conditioning, but we're trying not to kill our offspring, so we're pretty sure everybody will understand.
I didn't do my room mic today. I've been going through these for the microphone, just because my AC's been going constantly all day. It doesn't even click off.
Ours either. It's like, yeah, no, just kidding. We're never going off.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
That was smarter of you than us, then. Whoops.
Why? We left ours on. Oh.
He was prepared.
Yeah, but how? We wouldn't have been able to
We were
hear
going
it.
through the big mic. Oh yeah, we wouldn't have been able to hear your awesome commentary the whole time. Oh, they've been so sorry, everybody. We would have almost taken that away from you. Why are you laughing?
I mean, my house has so much noise. Not just the AC, but the drag racers nearby.
Well, yeah, we did not hear them tonight. That's true. Maybe they're at
Were they
home.
even here?
Saving their tires.
Yeah, I was like, maybe they're like scared. There's not a lot of people out and about.
Right. Because I've had these headphones in. I don't know if it's noise canceling or I didn't notice them.
Us either. But
When I drove to get the food, there was like barely anybody. Like there was no traffic almost. Like everybody was like staying at home and
smart.
yeah.
Hey, you know that in Arizona when we grew up, where Brie and I grew up, you didn't have, you know how you have like warranties for tires? Like these are
Yeah.
50,000 mile tires. Well, they don't, that's negated in Arizona automatically because there's so many days of over 100-degree heat.
So they can't like put a warranty. Like you blow through tires there so much quicker than you do here.
Oh, really? Huh.
And the fine print is always like excluded in certain places that are like. So you'd go to places and like I remember my first time adulting that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy tires from this tire shop because they guarantee the tires. And something happened like I think in the first 3 months, I got like a cut in my tire or maybe a nail in my tire, and you know what, sure enough they took care of it right away. And then like I think at 6 months all of a sudden, or like a year, like all of a sudden, and 20,000 miles, not even, all of a sudden they were bare, and they're like, oh yeah, you brought it in, you're like, hey, you were so good about this, why aren't you fixing this? And they're like, oh, that doesn't count here. Like, sorry, those things don't really work. They're meant to go that far, but if you drive around here in this 100-degree heat all the time, they only last half as long. Which makes sense. They like melt into the so it's smart that people are like keeping their shit.
Stay home.
Right. If you can. We got enough practice. Everybody knows it's okay now.
I know, right? I was gonna say, I'm like, we've all practiced.
Why, thank
Do
you.
you all think I should have my last piece of chicken?
Absolutely. What's the alternative? Saving it for tomorrow?
Right.
I mean, I love leftovers, but
It does heat up well. If you're any inclination of full, but
it's just one piece. It's the the breast?
yeah.
What's these?
That looks like a thigh, maybe. What is that?
Oh,
That looks
can't
like a
tell from here, but
Looks like a thigh.
You're right.
Maybe
might
it's
be
a
thigh,
breast.
might be a breast.
Could be a breast.
Either way. Just go for it. You know you want
It's
it now.
so small, but quite dense.
Right. It's got a lot of protein to it, but like, hey, we've had enough alcohol, really, between everything. Probably good for the body to process it all together. How about I join you in solidarity? You want one too?
No,
I'm doing it.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
You're not alone. I'm with you.
All right, cool. I'm gonna
Mine's
finish this hot
definitely
guy
a
combo.
breast.
Good.
Push through the
Got
the
it.
eating
It's a
pain.
breast. Yours is a breast.
Mine's definitely a breast.
Awesome. Fire, yo.
Which one did you just have a bite of? The curry again?
Yeah, I just need to stop. Because every time I eat more, I'm like,
It's just the brisket one. I could go nuts on the house curry all day long, but
yeah. Spicy. Hey, what are you doing?
I've got a little curry left over. What should I do with it?
that's a great question. Well, not only does it go
Are you
great.
dipping the chicken in that?
Yes, I am. And then I go back and forth between there's this little other dipping sauce. Like a sweet,
Yeah, I
spicy,
got that dipping
tangy.
sauce.
But I also dip
Yeah.
it right in the curry.
Oh, I'm gonna try that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's good. Thanks. If you have some
Oh, yeah.
bacon.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Super good.
Curry on everything. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Especially this curry. Right?
I like the way it is.
Too yummy. John, I wonder how Kevin did today. He's almost done.
Oh,
Well, they sold out by this time yesterday. Well
Mhm.
before this time yesterday. Wait, who's Kevin? I know who
Right.
Kevin is.
Sorry, hook and line sushi at the Saturday market.
John,
Heyo!
what
Oh my
happened?
goodness.
What was that?
Knocked over a bottle of absinthe, which is thankfully okay.
Oh, hooray!
But Rainier down.
Mm.
Bummer.
You have another?
Aw.
I'll make do. Keep talking about Kevin.
Kevin is the chef and sole proprietor of Hook and Line Sushi that we got to enjoy yesterday together, right?
Yeah.
And Kevin is a sushi chef and a chef that I worked with years ago at Bamboo, and forging his way on his own as well, trying to go out and do something. He's working Saturday market tonight in the, let's say, Eastside Industrial District of Portland.
Yeah.
And the night market has been a thing for a place for people to showcase their wares, chefs and artists and craftsmen, craftspeople. Let's see, now it's been on for at least 6 years.
4.
It was the year before Cart Lab.
4.
4 years?
So I wasn't a baby.
Oh, you're right. Zoe was a baby.
She wasn't a baby. She was walking around though.
Right. So yeah, at least like maybe it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
5.
So yeah, just a great spot, and now it's a little bit smaller because of the restrictions for COVID, and I won't lie, it made it a little bit better because I'm not sure about transitioning into what it was. It was like really tight, packed, and really
Yeah,
small,
it was
and
nervous
vendors
for
were like, right, yeah, you were already sweaty and hot on top of a bunch of strangers anyway prior to the pandemic. So it was cool that they kept it like, you felt good, right, John, being around there? 2015 is when it
it's
started.
So you're right. Almost 6 years.
It was a delightful time last night.
It was a wonderful time. First time I've ever like sat comfortably around like people standing around me as much as I have too, though. So that was a transition that took me a second. Like the people standing in line around us.
You mean since from the beginning of the pandemic?
Correct. Sorry. Never a problem prior to that. I was the guy in the middle of that.
He was the guy in the middle licking everyone.
I was licking everyone right in the middle of that mess. Yeah, like Brie says. It's been a lot of practice not licking
Done
anyone
good, babe.
for a good year and a half now. So I'm like ready to lick again.
What does he get tonight, Brie, for his 400th night of not licking?
Of not licking anyone, I don't know. We'll see.
Ooh. Why, thank you, John. I got a baked-in prize for that one. I had no idea.
You did good, Bobby. So funny.
But it was a little more loosey-goosey. In fact,
Yeah.
I remember the 2 weeks leading up to COVID, we were testing new drinks. Passing around the coop to everybody
Gross.
within the flavor spectrum to try it. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. I haven't shared a drink. I shared a drink with one person in the last year, but not like, oh hey, we haven't caught up in a while. Oh, try my drink. You got a different cocktail? Let's exchange. That has not come up for like a solid 14 months.
No.
No way. Like
Weird how that's off the
Billy
table.
tried to offer someone food the other day. I'm like, no one's gonna eat your food. Stop offering people our food at the out of the thing. I'm like,
They happen
But
to
I
need
think it's
food,
coming back.
But like,
they didn't
no.
need food.
I think I may have done that in the last month.
Well, that
It's
was
like,
a
I think it's coming
different
back.
story. I'm talking about someone else.
Oh, you were talking about the pool. Yeah. Sorry, John. You feel like it's coming back?
Yeah, so I think I did that with a acquaintance in the last month. And we're like, oh, this feels wrong, but ooh, tasting that gin lemon shrub sounds so right.
Right. You can't describe it correctly, apparently. Thank you for letting me actually just taste it and know what it fucking tastes like.
Well, wasn't that the fun of like ordering different cocktails? Also,
Mhm.
I mean, food, cocktails, beer. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, you and I, that was not the first, but one of the very first meals that I've shared, like in simpatico with somebody. We weren't sharing, you know. It
We
was
all
a
had, like,
take
our-
one of your own like
Yeah.
thing, but well, John and I shared like sushi rolls. You know what I mean?
You're
Where
fine.
each person took. I know.
yep.
I'm fun.
Right, but that felt normal. But at the same time, you were just like, you were second guessing its normality.
It just all feels so weird. Everything
It takes,
weird.
yeah, we haven't done it for so long, 14 months or so, and it takes a while for the
Human
body
brain was
catch up.
slow in general, right? Like,
Yeah.
we don't deal with change very, very well,
Well,
even
takes
though
us a
it
while to
constantly
adapt,
comes
and
at
we can't,
us.
like, nimble back. It's hard.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm so full.
I'm so happy I had such a good time hanging
Me
out
too.
with you two. I'm shocked that Loriander didn't make it. Haven't seen him in a while.
He's doing
Yeah, I so desperately wanted
Was
to
he?
tell him, it's 100 degrees right here. We're literally boiling.
right.
Oh, wait. Fahrenheit.
Right.
Yeah, Fahrenheit.
That's true.
Yeah. It was a fun night, and it was, yeah,
We beat the heat. We made some good drinks.
for sure.
I felt exceptionally prepared once I figured out how to embody Han Solo. Outside of that, fucked.
Yeah, your outfit was spot on.
Is on point?
Yeah, there you go.
We do.
That's what I was looking for. Oh. There wasn't any chest hair in any of my drinks, so thanks. I appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome. I double strained just in case.
Thank you. You're so conscientious.
You know that's a real thing, John? Like, you never know, like, I don't think I've told you that as far as, like, my tips and tricks is moving forward, right? But, like, you know what double
Where are you
straining
going
does?
with this?
Yeah, I know. I was like, what's happening?
Double straining
Well, spring-
affords you making a small mistake and having it not cost you the viability of a cocktail. And
Yeah.
here's my best example. Let's say I made 3 cocktails that had muddled cucumber in them, and I washed my cleaned my cans really good, but I had a line of guests, so I have to keep going. I have to do a quick rinse on everything, right? Quick hot rinse. One of those cans has a little bit of leftover cucumber in it. And the cocktail that I'm making is strong enough that it doesn't, the next cocktail, that it isn't gonna, you're never even gonna taste it, but you would see it floating in your cocktail.
Oh, yeah.
And you would be influenced and bothered by it. You would feel like it was unclean, and then you would taste something that maybe you weren't actually tasting there. You might even grab it and go, what the fuck is that? And pull it out and eat it. And then every time after that, you're going to be like, oh, I'm tasting cucumber in this cocktail. When really, logistically, there's not enough for you to taste after that little
Right.
piece is gone. So the double straining portion of it, it eliminates that
That's funny.
that even to be there. And as I've learned with my guests, is most people aren't going to pick up on those mild changes or imperfections, essentially.
Oh, there's so much other chemistry. Like when you and I are, distinguishing the difference between a stirred and a shaken martini, that is
Right.
subtle. It is a significant change to our palate, but we're honed in on that. The grain of cucumber seed, whatever that. It's
Yeah, that like one thing.
inconsequential.
Right. Exactly. But yet, if you
To
saw
a
it
subtle
floating
change
in a
like shaken
drink,
and stirred. Oh, if you see it, absolutely, it changes your perception.
And you'd be-
cocktails
and
are a
you
lot
wouldn't-
about the type.
wouldn't you, being on the other side, wouldn't you be like, wait, did he just make this with a fucking dirty?
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
that face?
Or is there cucumber in this drink? I didn't know there was
This
cucumber.
changes. Yeah, there wasn't. He fucked up this
Yeah.
cucumber. There's a mistake in latent into the layers of flavor.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I find
Yeah.
that amazing.
Okay. So that's great. Up to this point, I thought double strain, just for the bits that are, let's say you're shaking a muddled cucumber drink,
Mhm.
to get a clean presentation, expecting no cucumber in that drink, and also ice shards.
Right.
Some people like those, but
Yeah.
to
Depending
get
on the drink.
the cleanest cocktail, like just absolutely make sure there's no ice shards. If maybe you're using shitty ice to stir a martini, even where there shouldn't be any ice shards, but hey, let's just be extra sure, right? At home, not saying you would do that in your restaurant, Billy, but that's
Right.
that's what I think of when I think of double strain. I didn't think about it of elements outside the drink, perhaps the previous drink.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's one of those things I've always taught my bartenders where you're already practicing double straining. If you work it into your muscle memory and work it into your mechanics, it's second nature, and then it doesn't necessarily matter whether or not you needed it for that particular thing or whether or not you're, for anything shaken at that point. Stirred drinks, even, I'm a little bit different because I can see through the stirred glass. Now, that's different if it is a solid wall. I've seen stirring vessels that are stainless steel, and I'd have a different perception of that for the most part. Also knowing that I would never put anything in that stirrer that needed to be pulverized or emulsified enough that it would stick into the inside of that. Anything stirred. Anytime I'd switch from a syrup to a jam, I'd switch the technique from stirred to shaken for that very reason, right? Because of the viscosity and the density of the product that you're using. So, yeah, it is. It's a cool. It's a cool way to think about it if you're thinking about it in a scientific, what I'm trying to accomplish by diluting and
Right, I like that.
extracting this flavor. Keep looking up at John.
Yeah, what?
I keep looking up at you because I realize that my
camera's
camera's
down there.
here, and I keep looking.
Oh, yeah.
And your picture's
You're off
a
to my
full
side.
foot higher, yeah.
I get it.
Where I'm like, it's
Well,
almost like I'm looking at your forehead.
Oh. You're like, up.
What do you think,
so
man? Are you
full.
happy?
I'm so happy.
Right where you want to
Sated.
be?
I could go for a little more Rainier, but I don't want to open a new one.
Yeah.
Did you spill the
Don't
whole
cry
thing?
over spilled Rainier.
Sad.
Doesn't do any good.
I'm good. How are you both doing?
Full.
She's super full. I'm gonna keep snacking because the saltiness and the spiciness is keeps me going.
All right. Well, you keep doing that. Should we let everybody else go? Shall we sign off?
Yeah, we should. We should totally sign off. I had a great time. Thank you. Thanks everybody for showing up.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, we already
We're still
switched.
talking.
We're still
Still-
talking,
still
but John, it was great hanging out with you.
Oh golly, what just
Ooh,
happened?
I like this new angle.
Woo!
Oh, that's cool.
You could see our food differently. Wait. Stay there. Hold on. Before you go, what if we did?
What's happening? Oh no, you can see our food more. Yeah, look at all this deliciousness there. Look at the dog. Look, you can see the banging dog back there.
Is there a?
Hey,
is there a pet?
you guys
is
didn't
there a
drop
pet
anything? No,
Yeah.
Brie has a tail.
Sorry, John. We've been hiding it from you.
It's cute when she's excited and wiggles.
What are you doing, dog?
Hi.
Food.
Wow, that dog is excited.
Yeah.
Look at that tail. It's like
This
super.
is the only 9-year-old puppy you'll ever meet.
Yes, she is a total puppy. Total puppy. Who really likes food.
Yeah. I'll have to give her some treats and then take her downstairs.
Oh yeah, true.
All right, John. We'll see you soon. I'm excited to test out some new drinks this week with you.
Yeah, let's do it. And we'll be back in 2 weeks with the Canon Bar book.
Cannon Barbara,
Ooh, yeah.
mine just came yesterday. I'm very excited.
I'm excited to look at it. I haven't looked at it yet.
You and
It's wild.
Alex already picked, or Axelrod already picked your drinks, right? Sorry, Alex.
I am Alex
Is it
Law.
Alex?
Fucking terrible
Wow,
at that. Yeah.
You said Axelrod. Oh,
Who?
I'm pretty sure it's
what are we
Axelrod.
gonna read?
I think it's Axel Rose's ex.
We call him Axelrod in our group.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Oh, really?
Oh, good. Look at you. Really knew that. Sorry.
No, I mean you, me, and whatever. Anyway.
Oh,
Oh, it's like.
Yes, Alex.
thanks,
Alex
thanks
has
for
a
trying to
choice. Yeah,
save me, John.
go pick your cocktail for that stream. That is a wild book. It should be fun. Alex took it really easy on us. He went with a mule that should be easy to do. He didn't pick calf brains or any crazy cocktail like that.
Ooh, I'm excited.
What? That's in that
I
book?
saw a couple, but
I gotta look at that book.
it's my kind of book, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what you come up with. All right.
excited too.
Until then.
All right, John.
Bye, John. We'll see you soon.
Bye,
Thanks.
Billy. Bye, Brie.
It was awesome.
Goodbye, everyone.
Have a great rest of your night.
Bye.
Bye.